Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Paper Dungeon. I don't know what happened last week. All things are right in the world now. I'm back in my proper spot. I haven't been replaced, so life is clearly much better than it was. But like I said, we are very, very excited to be playing tonight. But before we get started playing, we do have a few quick announcements to get through. Grant just put on his glasses, and I think he looks extra cute, so he's going to go first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing today, chat? It's good to see you. If you're listening on podcasts, unfortunately, you aren't in the chat, but that's okay. If you're watching on YouTube, you're kind of in the chat through the comments. But man, we just love to see you live, so we can talk to you while we're live. Show up on a Monday. But other than that, I'm very happy you're listening and watching, genuinely. It warms my heart. Every morning I wake up and think, man, I love the podcast listeners and the YouTube viewers. So thanks a lot. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free via Twitch. It's free, it supports us, and you get some cool emotes and things. So give that a check out. Thanks a lot.
Sweet. Thank you very much, Grant. Aaron has our next announcement.
What's up, everybody? I got a couple things to tell you. First off, we have a Discord. It's pretty rad over there. People say good morning, post recipes that you can use, just do a bunch of cool stuff. A couple of people even started like games through there and everything. It's a really awesome place. Next up, we have a website, www.thepaperdungeon.com. In that website, we have a merch store. You can buy cool merch with our logo and other fun stuff on that. Speaking of merch stores, Lydia also has a store, lydiacorinne.com, where she sells her art on all sorts of things like shirts and pillows and other things. You can also commission Lydia and get cool art that's like relates to stuff that you like. And she's very good at her job. All of our overlays, all of our character art, all of our emotes, everything's done by Lydia. So go send her money because Lydia needs to pay rent.
Important. Sweet. Thank you very much, Aaron. And speaking of the fabulous Miss Lydia Korn, she has our last announcements.
Hey guys, do you even lift, bro? Well, you know what you should lift? You should lift your hand over to your phone to go follow us on our other socials, like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. Don't go to Facebook. And that's, yeah, we're on other places, so see you at the gym.
New inductee to the
Nice
Church
job.
of Iron.
Thank you very much. With all of that being said then...
Hold on. DM.
Wait, what?
I can't help but notice one thing that we forgot to say.
What did we forget? I'm so sorry.
Hey guys, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. If you support us on Patreon,
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed that Grant did it. And I didn't listen to him.
we have new things coming out here this next month in a couple weeks. Couple new one shots. Our Grant, is our Valentine's Day one shot up yet?
Look, I'm troubleshooting a video file error on my computer, but we're going to get that thing up, I promise you. I am a soldier.
But guys, check out our Patreon. We have cool one shots there. We have a little a mini series that has never been seen before outside of Patreon. So you can go check that out. And thank you for supporting us in other ways, like subscriptions on Twitch or Ko-Fi, or just sharing us with your friends. It's a great time.
Beautiful. Thank
You're
you very
welcome,
much, Drew, for catching that. I appreciate it. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's episode of The Paper Dungeon. Drew, roll the clip.
Welcome to Nico Muris, a world of lost legend and forgotten lore. As the world, still recovering from the decimation of the trial, approaches the turn of the century, ancient evil returns with a lust for darkness and ruin. Follow us into a planar conspiracy as powers beyond your imagination plot the downfall of all that is right and good. 3 years have passed since our heroes fought a war to reclaim a fallen land. Now, they must once again take up arms and write a new story, a tale of glory, fear, and fortune, as they make their way through the Paper Dungeon.
All right. So, in our previous episodes, our party has been going through their checklist of things that they need to get done. They have lots of little things that they have to do that are constantly vying for their attention. Recently, what they did was they went to
Hold on.
maybe can we
Hold
see
on.
it? Yeah, there it is. That's the checklist. Heck yeah. Um, but recently, they had made their way to the Plain of Pandemonium. Specifically, they were looking for a lost area known as the Plains of Illaver, which they did find. And on those plains, they were looking for a relic, something to tie them to a figure from history known as Clovar. They were able to find this relic as it was an adamantine cast tarum fruit on a chain, sitting on a couple of swords within the plains of Illaver. They were able to retrieve those and make their way back from the Plain of Pandemonium. But that wasn't necessarily a super streamlined process, as Abinthy, their main source of planar travel, had unfortunately left them thinking that he didn't know who these people were due to a curse of madness that was placed on him from the plane, or specifically from a great old one. And so what ended up happening was they got separated a little bit. They had to get crafty with some spells. Renaya got banished. It was a whole night. It was a whole thing. But they all ended up at the home of the Mountain Goliath, a smith and old friend of Abinthy's known as Yorwick. This was a man that had helped Abinthy raise Talanoshta and was good friends with Abinthy, and this was the first time that Abinthy had seen him in quite a long time. During this catch-up, Abinthy revealed that Talanoshta was dead. This was the first time that York had heard about this, and he took it about as well as you would expect, where there was definitely some anger and some frustration, even so for someone as soft-spoken as Yorick, and it resulted in York basically ending his friendship with Abinthy, just right in the feels, you know? But he did agree to help out the party in any way that they can, so that they can continue on with their quest, and he is being commissioned to create a new sword for Cather, now that he has made a decision on what he's going to be doing. After they met York and they had that conversation, they had to go take care of some family business. While in the chaos of trying to get people back to the plane, the material plane, Renaya ended up on the material plane after being banished, specifically in a location where her old family, the family that ran the cult, would camp. She found a letter saying that they were looking for her, that they wanted her back, and this resulted in the rest of the party deciding that it would be best to go once for all face Renaya's past, and see if they can't help these people. So you did. You went to this cult. You talked to your grandfather. You talked to your husband. You very specifically avoided your parents because they kind of suck. Not that your grandfather or Kai don't suck, but anyway, unfortunately, this resulted in discovering that at least your grandfather and Kai were too far gone, too devoted to what this was, that any logical thinking that would guide them outside of the path that they had followed was simply something that they could not accept. And it resulted in you killing your grandfather and Edward killing Kai, as a fight broke out once your grandfather was killed. And we ended the episode with you guys having cleared out the cults. Most of them had ran away, but several that had ended up fighting Abinthy had eliminated. And we ended with Grotz holding Renaya as she wept in his arms, and the rest of the party was around her. So we're going to pick up right where we left off. You all just finished your fight. You've begun cleaning things up. There's still the stinking cloud all around you. And Renaya and Grotz are off to the side just a little bit. What would you guys like to do? We'll say it's been a few minutes. You guys have had time to process, had time to kind of get things, get some of the emotions out. So what is it that you'd like to do?
Edward will still be helping bodies out. just doing the basic respect. And I think once he's done with that, he'll wait patiently for Gratz and Renaya. He'll just kind of wait patiently, not say anything.
Yeah.
That's what he'll do.
Cather, haven't you?
Cather would continue to help Edward trying to get the bodies buried and properly respected, and then also be trying to keep since Gratz is here, he's going to be trying to keep a bit of an eye, see if there isn't any, and maybe I'll even throw like a divine sense in there just in case. Just to try and perceive if any unwanted attention is on Renaya and Gratz right now, since they are together.
Okay. What does your divine sense detect?
Well, let me.
Fae, Fiend, and Undead. Is that what that one?
And Celestial.
Celestial, Fiend, Undead.
And
not
presence,
Fae,
right?
because they just don't like that.
Yeah. You currently only feel what you would naturally sense.
Yeah, what I would
yourself.
expect.
Renaya, obviously Gratz.
Okay.
Apathy is currently holding Kai's soul in a cage.
Well, okay. Part of his soul in a cage.
No, just the whole thing
Really?
for 8 hours.
I thought
at
that
all.
spell only grabbed like a portion of it.
Nope.
You're just gonna Horcrux things?
No, I
No, not
knew
you.
that
My question to
Renaya.
Drew.
Oh yeah, no. Renaya didn't get to ask Kai a lot of questions, so I got the soul. So if there were any questions that needed to be asked, they could be asked. But this feels like probably not the right time to interject with that.
Fair enough. At this point, Renaya, Gratz kind of grabs your shoulders and just gently pulls you back a little bit so he can look at you. Is there anything I can do to help?
You weren't supposed to come see me.
You needed me, so I'm here. But I probably should leave quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave you in these fine gentlemen's hands. But I love you. And if you need
Me
anything,
too.
let me know.
Okay.
And he'll give you a kiss before disappearing into a flaming portal. But it's like a hot flaming portal, you know?
Yeah. It's just it's a portal that's exactly the shape of Gratz. So.
That's right, exactly. It's got all the curves in all the right places.
It's fine, guys. I think we could fight back from it if he showed up.
Renaya is then going to summon Pocket and just cuddle him.
He nuzzles you.
Edward will approach, seeing that Gratz has left, and he'll just say, Renaya, I'm so sorry things had to happen this way.
Part of me knew this is how it was gonna go.
I think part of me knew that too. What
think
now?
it's why- we move on, I guess.
If that's what we must do, we'll do it. I guess he'll also turn to Cather and say, I'm not very experienced here. Is there anything else we must do to honor these lives properly? Feels wrong to just leave, right? Especially if it's Renaya's family.
How far have we made it, DM? Like, have we at least been able to collect all the bodies and at least not pile them up, but like line them up?
Yeah, you've definitely been able to line them up. There's several things that you could do still. Like, they are not buried because
Right.
that would take forever. You could try and bless the ground or hollow the ground. Or
right.
you do have a cleric who's pretty good at this type of stuff too.
Yeah,
Abdi might have a way of moving dirt.
Chat says we could also burn them.
Yeah,
You
well,
can burn
yeah.
them.
I was gonna get so. Catherine will say, and I assume at this point, like we've shut all their eyes, like, and kind of made sure anything like that looks personal is with them. And then I don't have like the hallow spell or whatever.
I think I do. Yeah, I do.
I will ask
Do I
Renaya.
have enough spell slots though? That's the question.
Oh, I don't have my spell slots for that.
Renaya, does your family have any traditions when it comes to honoring those who have fallen? I mean, obviously it's kind of weird because it's a death cult, but
Probably not anything we'd want to do.
right. Otherwise, I was just thinking we would just burn the bodies.
I could bury them if you wish.
Or
So
I've been
to
thinking bury
Renaya.
them. I like that idea.
Give me a moment. Renaya is going to walk like the rows of people and just kind of acknowledge each one for who they were, at least the ones she knows.
Mm-hmm.
And she will take a moment with like each person she knows and do like basically a small prayer
Mm-hmm.
to Malice. That even though they were misguided, wanting them to still be free. And she's just gonna do that with each one. She's gonna do every single person. It's just the ones that she does know. She tries to
Yeah,
put in personal details about that person she knows. And
definitely.
Thank you, Lydia, for reminding me. Catherine will do something very similar, just for the group as a whole. Just that, their next life might be merciful, since it wasn't entirely their fault that they were misguided and born into a life like this.
I also do want to take note of the faces I don't see. So
Okay.
people who got away.
Lydia, go ahead and just roll odd or even for me.
The mysterious,
Interesting.
odd, or even.
At a time like this,
At a time like this?
I have a prediction. Did your parents escape?
I gotta go into the box.
in a minute into the box.
I got even.
Among the bodies, you do see your father.
Oh, that one she stops. Oh.
But you do not see your mother.
I don't see my mom.
No. Mom, not a fighter.
Dang. Renaya stops there. She just stops.
If Renaya stops and just sits there for a moment, Cather will approach and just kind of offer his presence of comfort for whatever that helps.
Cather, you can see
I didn't expect to get tea.
you're getting some tea. Renaya has been very disheartened with each person she's gone to. When she gets to this one, there's a bit of like anger. Frustration. It's a bit more intense. She's still clearly emotional and still disheartened and sad and whatever, but it's a little spicier.
Oh, space here.
Cather,
Yes, Renai.
this is my father.
Do you wish to honor him differently than the others? Or do you wish to do something else?
I don't know. I kind of liked how it was before. Knowing that they were still out there. There was still hope. There was still a chance I could help. And now it's done. And I didn't do it.
I can certainly understand what you mean. It's not easy to swallow the idea that you failed at something that you wanted to do for so long. And I'm sorry I cannot do anything to help comfort you, aside from offer my presence. But if I were you, I would at least take comfort in the thought that there isn't anyone else like your father and your mother who has to go through the things that they have gone through and the things that you have gone through anymore. Other people have the chance to be free. And it is a hard burden to swallow and to bear. But I do believe that you are strong enough to bear it. And I'm very, very sorry that your life has to be so cruel. Cather will offer a hug.
Renaya will lean into it, but she doesn't really hug back, but she does accept it. After she gets the hug from Cather, she will continue on and just finish up with everybody else.
After a little while, Renaya, you've said your prayer for each person. Thankfully, there's not a whole... there's a few people that you know, but there's also several that you don't. Which is both encouraging and discouraging at the same time. But eventually, you do come to the end of your prayers. Abinthy, I believe you offered to bury them?
Yes, if that's what we want to do.
What you guys want to do?
Abinthy will speak up and say, do you wish them buried, or is there something else that you would like for them? Sorry, what was that?
Sorry. Cather, I want you to decide what happens.
Okay. Abinthy, if you could follow me, please.
Very well.
Cather will go outside of where all the tents are and find a pasture, kind of a more open spot that seems to have enough. And will actually begin. He will pull out a shovel, and he will ask Abinthy if you could please.
Do you want to do this by hand, or is magic illegal?
No. Go ahead and start with magic. However, leave one for me, please.
Okay. Fastest way this will go, can we move the bodies beforehand? I don't want to be disrespectful.
That will suffice.
Great. So between Abinthy and Cather, we'll move all of the bodies within a 40-foot cube.
Okay. Yeah.
Edward will help too.
There's about 20 bodies, so
Yeah, easy.
And to clarify, DM, Cather is going to carry and bury Renai's father by hand.
yeah.
Abinthy will cast Transmute Rock to turn the ground to mud, and they will sink 10 feet down into the mud. And then he will cast a spell magic to return it to being normal earth.
Perfect. Beautiful. While they're-
Can Renaya follow up and do hollow on?
absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
You bury all of them. Cather with the hand dug grave, Abinthy with the magically assisted graves for the 19 or so other souls. Before Renai, you go and you hollow the ground, making it basically a cemetery at this point. Edward, while this
Yes.
is going on, while the other three are working on the bodies, you, just in your curious nature, you do happen to notice that there is still Renai's grandfather's tent, which when you just kind of peek in, you do see that there are lots of tomes, texts, and religious artifacts specific to this cult as well. That should probably be dealt with.
Okay. Okay.
Whether you guys want to keep them, take them, burn them,
Yeah.
whatever.
Edward will go to Renaya and say, I don't think, from what I've seen, that you'd like any remnants of the practices of the cult around, would you? You wouldn't want to keep anything for sentimental reasons? I'm talking about, in your grandfather's tent, I noticed many tomes and rituals that they practiced, and, well, I think it might be best if we get rid of them. But I wanted to ask you first, of course.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, we could hear that.
Okay. I don't know what's up with my mic today. Okay.
Yeah, Zoom just doesn't like you.
It really doesn't. Renaya takes a moment and then says, I'd like to look through them.
It's a good idea.
See what's there. See if we can prevent anything more.
You know better
first.
than any of us. I think you're the best person to do it. But I will help
Is Cather
in
close enough
whatever
to
way
hear
I
this?
can.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
After he finishes, he will join them. I don't know how long what timing of everything works, but he would like to be there at some point.
Abinthy, do you want to join them?
I will go to Renaya real quick before she gets too deep into the hollow spell, which takes 24 hours to cast.
Oh.
I was gonna do it the next day because I also
Okay.
don't have the spell slots for it. Sorry, I didn't
Either
see
way.
I like that.
Since I only have 8 hours on this. When Edward defeated Kai, I managed to capture his soul, but it will only last for 8 hours. Do you have any questions for him? And is there anywhere that you would like him to go?
I don't have any questions, and I want him to go wherever he needs to.
Okay, because I can custom deliver him to a plane if you'd like.
I don't want to do that.
Very well.
Apathy
I shall
over here.
use
with-
Boy, Fraz gets another one today.
Apathy's got
Um,
Amazon Express shipping.
Yeah, absolutely. So 1-day shipping, souls only. Um,
And with that Prime, by the way, you could get a free subscription on Twitch.
yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying.
true.
With your order
plug,
of
Brent.
$50 or more, you got you have earned the free 2-day shipping.
Oh my gosh.
Abinthy will
Terrible
release Kai's
concept.
soul in that case.
You're just gonna release it? Is that what you said?
Yeah. If Renai doesn't want him to go anywhere and she doesn't have any questions,
Yeah.
I'd rather not keep a tormented soul for too much longer.
Fair. Or we got one of those, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we got a few of those already.
So over the rest of today, you guys are able to pour over the artifacts, the tomes, and then the following day you'll cast the hollow spell. While you guys look over it, you notice that most of the documents are scattered scribbles of a old man's manic mind, basically. But there is a more complete collection of rituals and symbolism known as the Tome of the Free Dead. This is the collection of the vast majority of the common practices that this cult actually regularly practiced. It goes into quite a bit of detail about the ninth full, about the 10 deaths that they have to do, the 10 killings that they have to do, what it takes to become an angel, what he as the leader expected the angels to do once they were freed and actually able to go about their business, which basically consisted of like going on a rampage to free as many of these cursed living people as they could, and all this type of stuff. A lot of really twisted, horrific things that are being praised. Lots of very blasphemous things is basically what this tome is full of.
Brunei is going to take it, and then she's going to go over to Edward.
Edward's rummaging through things too.
Okay, I think this is the most important, or the most, not sensical, but able to understand what's
Like this
being
is their
talked about.
scripture in a way.
I don't want anybody to have access to this,
Okay.
but I don't want this to be forgotten. If this
Well-
happens to somebody else, I want them to know what's going on and how to help, because I spent so long looking for this information. Edward, can
Do you
you
Good.
could you maybe like rewrite it?
I think I could do that. Could be
From a,
interesting, anyways.
More historical point of it, not a this is the way to live point.
Ah,
A record.
I
What
see.
happened?
The what, not the how. In a way.
Hmm.
I think I could do that. At the very least, I think the library should hear of it. And if you think it too dangerous to exist in its whole form, I think I could at least give an honest cliff notes of the thing. I'll do it. And I'll deliver it.
Thank you.
He takes the scroll, puts it very carefully in his pack, kind of hides it too. And yeah, and then he'll put his pack back on.
Now, one of
Is
the
there
things
anything?
you notice,
Sorry.
Edward, as you receive it and begin kind of packing it up? When you touch it, there are echoes of whispers and chants
Ew.
that kind of echo in the back of your mind. And there is a physical dimming of the light ever so slightly around the book. Like it sucks the light out of the surrounding area within probably 4 or 5 inches surrounding the book. It is a evil book.
Yeah, Edward, after handling it, he'll just kind of look up at Lydia and not Lydia, sorry. He'll look
Lydia,
up at Renaya.
insert yourself in the world.
He'll look up
Oh
at
God, get me out!
He'll look up at Renaya and just say, "You know, I'm not a very spiritual guy, but there's something wrong about that scroll. I can tell. I won't mess around with it, I promise." Is there anything else you think we might need to find? Any items or anything like that? Should we burn it all? What should we do?
I think it needs to be destroyed.
Then we'll burn it.
Abernathy?
I can do it if you'd like. We get out of the tent because we don't want to be in there while things
Good
are
call.
burning.
Good call. Fair enough.
And Edward will fireball. He'll cast
Oh.
fireball
Heck yes!
Blow
Just-
it up.
just into the mouth of the tent. Just
Yeah, you guys watch
as gentle as fireball can be.
It's like one stick of TNT instead of like 10, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys watch as he releases this small ball of fire that eventually grows to this large size, entering into the mouth of the tent, and the whole tent explodes and shatters, engulfed in these flames. And you watch as most of the papers burn and turn to ash. Many of the carpets and the entire tent is destroyed. And several of the pieces land on some of the other tents, lighting them on fire. Creating kind of this whole effect where eventually very few remains of any of the tents, any of the rituals, any of the artifacts or the altars, anything like that, all is destroyed.
The deed
You
is
guys
done.
Spend most of the day picking through and finishing off anything else that needs to be done. You spend the next day patiently waiting as Renaya spends all day casting the Hallow spell. While she is casting that, do you three want to talk about anything?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that Edward will take time, not transferring the knowledge from the tome. He'll do that another time, but he'll take time writing again in his book, writing about what has happened in a more narrative sense, and maybe also doing some sketches of the camp and whatnot, and Renaya casting the spell and everything like that. He'll spend plenty of time doing that. He'll also play and sing some songs that are that he knows of, that people kind of just play after people have passed away.
Right.
You know, he doesn't know many ritualistic songs, but he will play just kind of typical like mourning songs, whether or not they have words or not. So that'll pretty much what Edward will do. Otherwise, he'll be respectfully pretty quiet throughout the day, I think.
Good. Abernathy,
Yes.
as you go through the day, is there anything specific that you'd like to do?
I have one thing. I would like to end up. I'd need to plane shift and then plane shift back to Gambit's Keep and then plane shift and then plane shift back to here, which I can do.
You know, you could just ask Cather.
But what if you need the teleport?
I have 3.
But what if you need all 3? It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
It's
I
for
suppose
free.
you
I don't
can
even use- I
plane
don't use
shift
spell
an
slots for
infinite
this.
number of times. That is true.
Yeah. So, and then I will head into my workshop in Gambit's Keep, and I will cast the clone spell to get that all started.
Okay, perfect.
Ooh.
And then I will return to the base. Other than that, there is a song that he teaches Edward the lyrics to, but Edward's not here, so it's not that important.
When you get back to the workshop, you begin casting the clone spell. You work a little bit on your mana pools, and you notice that on your workbench is a scarlet letter. perfumed as it normally is. Do you read the letter?
I mean, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's very simple. To the love of all of my lives, my father has agreed to see you.
Spicy.
Meet me as soon as you can.
Great. I'm gonna teleport back to the camp by using plane shift
Mhm.
because every day I regret not taking teleport, and I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me.
One of these days, I'm going to get tired of it, and you're just going to happen to find a teleport spell scroll.
Let me in, coach. Yeah, I will teleport back to the camp.
Okay, perfect. Kath, is there anything you'd like to do throughout the 24 hours?
I mean, he'll spend some time, training, meditating. Spend some time just near Renaya and Edward, just to again offer, his presence to help comfort any possible anxieties that are lingering between the two of them. And to clarify, DM, it's so at the end of this day will be 3 days since I started my commission, right? For my sword with Yorick.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to keep track of that. That way you don't have to.
Excellent. I appreciate you as a player.
So since I'm starting, I want to make sure that I'm getting it all correctly.
Perfect.
But yeah. Otherwise,
Okay. You guys go about your day. Eventually, Renaya finishes the hollow spell.
woo.
And you guys are able to return to Gambit's Keep or wherever it is you'd like to go. But you need to decide what your next step is.
That is true. Right. I assume we're all here at this point. By the time Renaya finishes, we're all together.
Do you stay at the camp or are you guys going back to Gambit's Keep?
I guess does Abinthy ever return to the camp?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I
Okay.
plane shift back.
Well, I assume once Renaya is done and we're still at the camp. Do we want to maybe go back to Gambit's Keep? Is there something that we need to maybe all do there, or?
I have a meeting that I must attend. My informant to find Tananoshta's soul.
Okay.
It is with a rather unsavory fellow, and I do not think they will respond well to holy magic.
Right. So I assume that means only you got the invite.
Well, I mean, yes, I was the only one who requested it. I don't think that they know about anyone else. I don't think that they would complain, but they may lash out poorly. If you would like to take that chance, you are welcome to do so. This is for everyone.
Yeah, Catherine will kind of look at Edward and Renaya.
Well,
Go meet the devil. Go meet the devil.
I mean,
Well-
okay, like, if I'm being honest, I'm fine with going, personally speaking. However, I do somewhat worry about the danger that I will cause the rest of you, because I'm sure whoever, I assume it's a devil, Abinthy, or is it like a demon, or?
Yes, it is a devil.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a little awkward for both
They'll,
of us. Then,
they'll
yeah.
probably
Yes.
not like me, for sure.
Probably,
There's
won't like
probably-
me either.
Probably
Holy
won't
magic,
like Renaya.
demon magic, and
I might
holy
be chill,
magic.
but
I didn't want to
Um,
just ask Edward, but because especially
No.
because I know Edward, you probably. I would
Look.
love some company.
look, you
Abinthy,
can do whatever you need to do regarding. Did you mentioned Talanashka, right? You told us that's why Talanashka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You can do whatever you need to do regarding Talanashta, and if you'd like company, then I'm happy to give it. But if it's not necessary, I'm happy with staying out of it. I think it might be good if we all have a day after what happened. Anyways.
if I might offer something, Abinthy, do you have to be at the keep in order to do this?
Oh no, it's going to take place on a different plane of existence.
Right. If it's all right with all of you, I actually have some place I would like to take you guys.
Really? Like, a good place? This time?
Yes, a good place, a pleasant place. And certainly somewhere that we can all maybe take a little bit of time to relax.
He looks at Renai and says, I think that might be nice.
Yeah.
Let's do
Alright.
it.
And then, Abinthy, perhaps you can join us initially, and then when you leave, you know where to join us again.
Very well.
He will extend his hands outward towards Renaya and Edward, and I would gesture for Edward and Renaya to take Abinthy as well. Abinthy's hands.
Yeah, I join in.
And Cather will teleport to his island.
Whoa!
Yeah, you guys go through that once again. The familiar sensation of teleportation, and arrive on a small wooded island, almost. I don't know how else to describe it. If you've seen Star Wars, it's like Dagobah, but not swampy.
Okay.
Where it's that forested, there's the moss and everything all around, and there's constantly fog and critters.
It's the
sounding
island
out.
from Lost.
Sure, yeah, okay, that works too. I've never
But
seen
way
Lost.
less confusing.
I've never seen Lost, so I don't know. But on the island where you teleport, you look behind you and you can see a small beach with just a very, very quaint dock and a little dinghy.
Yeah, a little fishing boat.
And then in front of you, you can see a small cabin built in the woods.
Wow, this is a dream.
Oh my
It's so
goodness.
nice.
So this is a place that I found while we were doing our own thing these past few years. As you can see, I have a dock that I built. I found this place on a fishing trip, actually. It's used to be, well, I shouldn't say used to be. It once held a battle many hundreds of years ago between clan of Drow and Moon Elves. They both had shipwrecked and made their way to this island before fighting each other some more. And, well, that is the only history of this island. But I found this place and had an odd sense of comfort. So I built this cabin here, and you also see, like, there's a very small kind of shed with what you presume to be some basic tools, kind of even like a small garden kind of in the back, and a pathway that leads deeper into the small forest that's on the island. He will approach the door and open it, and inside, it's not a very big cabin. It's actually only 2 rooms, a bedroom and kind of a living space. But inside, you see a decent-sized fireplace with wood already ready to go, hand-built table with just a few humble kind of small decorative pieces on it. There is a image of Athala hanging on one of the walls, and then also a painting hanging above the fireplace of Rivaluna. And then also a not quite fully accurate, but close enough depiction actually of the full party all together.
Kind of looks like a kid drew it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a kid drew it. But you see a couple chairs, even what the more softer sofa thing. I don't know when sofas were invented, but there's a sofa.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
fancy sofa, but
The fainting couch.
yeah. Yeah. So this is my little home. Obviously, it's been a while since I've been here. Since it's been probably about 8 to 9 months now already.
And you're
Yeah.
telling me you built this all on your own?
Well, I had a little bit of help from my brothers.
Oh, well,
But
it's
yes.
very impressive. It's quaint and it's nice.
It's very homey.
Yes.
Calm.
Well,
It smells good too.
it's yes. That's
Like
the
cedar and birch.
Whiskey, leather.
A hint
Yeah.
of pine.
but
And the smell of the sea.
Smells like a man.
nobody will
Sweat,
bother us
blood, and
here. And
tears.
it's a nice place that we can all relax, maybe even just for a little bit before our next venture. Abinthy, if you must go right now, that is fine. But if it's all right with you to stay just for a little bit longer, there's one thing I would like you all to be present for.
I can stay. I have. Well, frankly, they don't know whether or not the letter's been delivered, so I kind of have an endless amount of time.
Cather will put most of his stuff down, and kind of show the others different spots that they can, kind of hang their coats and set down some of their bags, and just kind of get some relief from the heaviness of it all. Before he leaves and begins to make his way down a pathway into the forest.
Do the rest of them follow?
Should we? Is that encouraged?
Is that what you want, Drew?
I don't-
Yes, he would indicate for them
Okay.
to follow.
I'm like, it could be
Gonna
that you're just
get
going to get some
murdered.
firewood or something.
Follow me down this creepy path on a soul
No one will
island in
ever
the
find the
woods.
body. I'm just saying.
Bro. Oh my gosh.
Could you
Edward
imagine the
follows the
twist?
heck out of Cather.
Right?
Absolutely.
Just like you guys lose Cather in the woods, and like, guys, where did Cather go? And just next
This
thing you know,
really
like,
is like Lost.
the
Do we
next
all
thing
have
you
a
know,
rope
Abinthy-
We
that we
come
hold
back to
on
the
to?
cabin. He's standing in the corner.
Cather
With a cloak.
Ebenthar.
But yeah, so going through the forest, the pathway itself isn't too long. At the end of it, you could still just off kind of, just barely see through some of the trees, the light of the cabin. But you
Edward
see,
will be playing his flute too. Very woodland-esque music to lighten the mood.
oh, okay, all right. But there at the end of the path, actually on a small cliffside, basically the highest point that there is on this island that kind of overlooks the ocean. You see a hand-built, what looks like some sort of small altar. And carved into it are 3 different symbols that you would each recognize as the different symbols for Adaria, Arzulak, and Oracle. All right. He then turns to face everyone else. We'll see what happens, I guess. Unless they turn me down, I'm hoping that I can take my oath at this point. But I want all of you here to witness, unless you, I suppose, have any objections. I will not force any of you to be here, but I would greatly appreciate you guys to be here.
Oh, Cather, I'm honored. I'm honored, and quite frankly, I'm happy for you. I mean, when I first saw you again, you talked as if this would never happen. Yet here you are.
I was worried, for sure. It's never something that I've heard of happening before. And I'm humbled and honored that I have the opportunity to make amends with you guys and with the gods.
If they turn you down,
Go
I'll put
get
them on
him,
the list
buddy.
of things to beat up.
the 2 sides of the coin. Just, if they turn you down, we'll kill them. And oh no, you got it.
Oh, I believe you got it. I'm just saying, they make mistakes.
Cather will laugh at the 2 of them making those polar opposite comments.
I feel like Edward's just in the middle of them.
That's right. That's right.
Just smiling.
The spectrum. Yeah.
Thank you. all of
Holding
you
a thumbs
guys.
up.
I cannot fully put into words how much I appreciate your guys' support, even though I haven't been the best at showing it at all times.
Well, I don't know where we would be without you either.
Probably dead.
Honestly, you're right. Probably long ago.
Well,
Yeah.
Thala would have been toast.
yeah. Well, that's anyway.
Fate's Gambit isn't complete without your traps.
That means if we kill Cather, we
God.
just save his traps and kind of carry them around with us.
Ew,
Gambit's still complete.
like the freaking...
If his traps survive, Cather regrows around them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
Like,
he's
the Ark of the Covenant, we just
well,
carry his
it's like-
traps around.
Exactly.
Cather is actually just a pair of sentient traps. The rest of
Send
him
it-
is not actually
That's
a
so
person.
gross.
Send the traps out before you enter into battle to like honor yourselves.
Watch out, it's a trap.
Just one. Where's the other one? Oh God!
After saying that, Cather will turn back around and face the altar before kneeling down. He doesn't have his stuff. He doesn't have the mask, the sword. Does he have his holy symbol? Did they take that away too?
You have your holy symbol.
Oh, okay, he does. Okay. He will take off the holy symbol and place it on the altar, and kneel down and pray. Just kind of talking to himself. Never actually thought I'd get this far. My friends and I have completed the task that you asked of me. Please hear my call. And provide me with my answer. I'll just kind of sit and wait for a few minutes, wait for some sort of response.
You all feel a warm breeze begin to blow through the woods before just an ever so decent gust kind of pushes you forward, Cather, almost egging you on, not in like a bad way, but like encouraging you to continue.
Okay. All right, guys.
You're doing it.
I'm gonna look up
You're doing it.
in my notes. I know I've come up short in the past, and I know that you trusted me to fulfill a duty, and I walked away from it out of fear and shame. And I'm honored and humbled by your willingness to help me make amends and aid me in my task of protecting this world. And I swear to fulfill my duty to fate, to be the shield that protects the innocent, and to be the gavel's judgment to those who corrupt death's call. I will protect the true beauty and meaning behind death. I will be patient and enact judgment in due time, and I will not let the chains and setbacks of this world hold me down. I recognize that I have been given the authority of death and destiny, but I will remain a servant to my cause and to the people that I love. I humbly offer myself to fate.
You finish speaking, and for a moment, it's completely quiet. The rest of you sit and watch as Cather's armor begins to glow.
Shut up.
It glows this bright white, almost to the point where it's blinding, to the point where you can't see him anymore.
Ooh.
And a moment later, it begins to dissipate. Eventually, the glow fades, and you are left with the same Cather standing before you, but now his armor is slightly different. It has an ever so slight radiance to it, and very elegantly embossed and etched into the front of the breastplate. You see coming off the sternum and up across the clavicles and the shoulders are the horns of a stag.
Oh, that's sick.
Across. Holy symbol hanging down.
That's rad.
There is no mask. There is no blade. But you no longer need those.
Nice. Cather will stand up and give just a kind of a slight bow to just the air over the sea before turning back around and looking at his friends before walking over to them and just pulling them all to a real big hug.
The traps, Cather. The traps.
Before, and then he'll let them go. All right. Well, Abinthief, I suppose you probably must go. That way you can make your meeting in time.
I could use. I'm fine with a bit of time left. Actually, I was wondering. You mentioned that there was a battle between Drow and elves here. I would love. Is there any remnants of it, or is it just historical?
Here, follow me.
By all means.
Walking back through the pathway in the woods, with Cather's guidance, he will point out a couple different spots that have the remains of rusted armor, bones, weapons, even like small, crates of supplies, and actually wrapping around past back where the cabin is, further along towards around on the beach side. There's actually not very much, but very much warped and ruined pieces of or at least half of a ship, just kind of run into the beach side.
Fantastic. Are Cather and Apathy alone?
I don't know. Did you? Was Renaya and
Did you want us to come with or no?
I don't know. I didn't know if I needed to say anything or if you guys just went back to the cabin.
If we passed by the cabin, Edward would have split off. If not, Edward would have probably stuck around.
You guys definitely would pass by the cabin.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I suppose, yeah, Edward would have probably stuck at the cabin then. I don't think he's that interested in a war site anyways. He's seen enough difficult things to recently.
Yeah.
What was that, Renee?
I just said fair enough for Edward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lydia, are you going to join them or hang back?
Do you want me to be there or do you not want me to be there?
Abinthy would he wouldn't say anything. I would say I would like it to be an Abinthy Cather thing.
Okay.
Wait.
That's
Hold
all I
on.
need.
Give
Renaya's
Cather.
Renaya goes with Edward.
Perfect. Excellent.
Abinthy is very clearly trying to make it be as boring as possible for the other two. He's like, "Oh, is this a pre-Clydonian war era? Fantastic!
Edward's like, I'm
My
out.
goodness."
Just not even deal. You guys find yourselves staring up at the shipwreck. Cather's explaining it for the most part.
Yeah.
I actually am interested,
Oh, okay.
but once there reaches a pause in the conversation, Abinthy will check over each shoulder and just say, "I hate to cut you off. So it worked back there, right?"
Cather looks down at his breastplate, the glowing armor. Yeah, I think it worked.
Good. I'm in need of a judge.
Okay.
I have been... I am looking for someone who will respond in a way that I can understand.
Okay.
And I need you to look at this not as my friend, but as an impartial person who, frankly, doesn't even know me.
Okay.
I have had the chance to talk about this with the other two, and when Renai was kind enough to give me a chance, I was too blinded by grief to take advantage of it. And when I was talking with Edward, I realized that I was too selfish to tell him because I did not want to hurt him.
Okay.
I have been lying
Okay.
this whole time about many things. First, it is not by chance or out of the goodness of my heart that I found Fate's Gambit. I came here knowing exactly who you were, and honestly, I was hoping that you were all terrible people. Horrible, horrible people. And the worst case scenarios happened. All of you are heroes. Good people. I was hoping that you were bad because Track had died, and I was hoping that you had betrayed and killed him, which would make it my job a lot easier because I could just kill you all and leave. I don't even actually know if I'm a tailor. Come to think of it, that's another lie. I don't know if that's the case. So even my introduction to you of Abinthy Tripwits, the traveling tailor, it's a lie. It's all a lie. I am at fault for all of the pain and suffering that all three of you have had to deal with for the past 3 years. I killed Tarak.
And why do you say that?
Do you remember when I told you that I had a friend? The last friend that I ever had. And
The one that also studied with the orcs.
yes, the one that you remind me so much of. The only holy person I could stand. Frankly, hated him. Best friend I've ever had. His name was Orvan Ironhilt. And 4 years ago, he sent me a message. It was the last I had heard of him. In the 25 words that he was given, he said that he had a student named Tarak that I needed to find and help. And that was the only information that I had. At first I thought it was a prank, but upon consideration, I thought I should give it a shot, because in case he wasn't lying, then that meant he was in trouble. And unfortunately, because of my eyes, I have difficulty using divination magic. I see too much. I tried it when I was younger and I went blind for 4 days. So I wandered across continents, trying to track down whoever this track is. No physical description, just a name. And thankfully it wasn't a common one. By the time I heard any reference, I had tracked Fate's Gambit across this continent maybe 3-4 times. I traveled across the sea. I thought for sure I was going to catch up to you. And then I got detained by pirates for 7 days. I hated that pirate place. Sometimes I would get close, and then it's like you just vanished into thin air. And then suddenly, you were 2 countries away. And by the time I finally caught up, he was dead. So it was my failure that killed him. If I was faster, if I had started earlier, if I had tried harder, he would be alive. Renaya never would have been captured. You would have never broken your oath, and Edward wouldn't spend every single waking day in mourning. Frankly, I'd really appreciate if you got really angry and punched me. I would understand that.
And as an impartial judge, you want me to pass judgment on you?
I'd be fine if you tried to kill me. I can't let you kill me, because there are still people that I need to help.
Well, Abinthy,
At least try.
as of right now, I don't think I could kill you if I tried. But that being said,
You underestimate yourself. I only have I don't even have 100 out of an imaginary scale of health.
Abinthy, I spent the past 3 years blaming myself for Track's death. And I will continue to analyze and inspect the choices that I made that led to his demise. Because I know that there are different things I could have done that could have possibly led to a different outcome. But my choice to break my oath was my own. The pain and suffering that Renaya and Edward feel and felt over these past 3 years, those are from circumstances that they could not control outside of what Track could control. Track's death hurt us all deeply, but it also moved us to be in a place where we very much care about one another, more so than we possibly could have before. And I am sorry that you felt like a replacement to Track. I never thought of you like that. And while there are parts of you that remind me of him, you are very much your own person, going on your own journey. And sure, if you caught up to us, maybe things could have been different. But you don't know that. I don't know that. You could have caught up and who knows, maybe all of us died. We can't dwell on the past that we can't change. All we can do is move forward with what we have left. Now, there are some wrongs that we can right. Talanash is one of those. I firmly believe that we can and will succeed in bringing her back, and that we should. But Track's death is not one of those. Track died believing in a cause and for his friends because he believed in us. because he wanted that to be the way he went out. And I cannot take away your pain. I cannot cause you to not feel the way you feel. But I can tell you this, I will never blame you for the death of Tarak and for my breaking of an oath.
Are you sure you don't want to punch me? It might make me feel better.
Cather will walk over and stare him square in the eye.
Gauntlet off, gauntlet off.
And he will take off his
Not
glove
the face, man. Not
with
the
gauntlet.
face.
And then just very gently
Oh, don't give
slap
me
him on the
that.
cheek.
Don't. I'm not some petty noble. And you aren't Edward. Come on.
You actually want me to hit you?
I want you to hit me. I want you to hit me with the intent to kill.
Would it actually make you feel better?
Here's the thing, Cather. Something that has been thrown in my face time and time again and it's none of you. It's as though there's some being out there who just keeps reminding me. I am fundamentally different from the other three of you. The orb in Pandemonium, big glowing ball in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it asked us all the same question.
What
What
it
do you
that we
seek? Or something like that, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that all three of you had fantastic answers like love or freedom or like peace in the world. You want to know what my answer was? It's power, Cather. Which may not be an inherently evil thing, but it sure as hell ain't good. The three of you are heroes. And I'm just some guy who has way too much power. And so just for once, I would like one of you to act in a way that I can understand, because frankly, I would have tried to kill me 17 times by now. Just one time.
All right.
Like, put all of your anger into it.
All right.
Ask the DM to let you smite on a basic attack. Unlike with an unarmed strike. It's in 1 D&D.
Abinthy.
Yes. Don't take the noble route. You're not getting out of this.
Oh, you remind me of him so much.
My face is so fresh and unpunched. Soft.
All right. Here, I tell you what. I'll
Speak
punch
with
you
your fists, man.
I'll punch you on the count of 3, okay?
Hit
All
me
right.
faster. Do it.
All right.
Betray
1,
my trust. I
2,
expect the 3.
and I punch him.
Yes.
Roll the hit with advantage.
Okay.
I will. Can I give myself the paralyzed condition?
Can I get myself?
Also, thank you, Hans, for the gifted subs.
Well, I
One of
mean-
the gifted subs was Drew, canonically, so thank you.
Yes!
Hey, Drew, make sure to use those emotes while you have them.
Thank you, Handskate, yet again, my hero.
Enjoy your emotes, Drew.
That
And
that
everyone
was a
else who
natural
did it.
20, DM.
Nice.
I
So,
died. This is how Abinthy dies.
So
Just for the fun of it,
let's see.
I will allow you to smite if you want.
Do it.
Let's see.
Do it.
Straight up
Alright.
end my
Unarmed
life.
strike is let's see. Well,
So that's just an unarmed strike is 1 plus your strength.
is 1 plus my strength. So does that make it a 2 plus my strength because of it's a crit?
Well, if you smite, it'll be a lot more.
No, I'm not gonna smite him.
Just a first level smite, dude. Hit me!
Just
I
a
want you
little
to hit
smite
me.
between bros.
I want you to hit me.
No, I don't
Don't
want to
hit
do
me.
it.
Oh, boo!
Cather's
I-
too
no, sure,
nice.
yeah.
No, I'll. So I punch him, and we'll say I deal like I don't know, like 10 damage.
I'll say because you're you right now, just for this one moment. Roll a d6.
Me roll a
And
d6?
right, yeah.
You still got some of that like god residue.
Yeah, you're still glowing a little bit.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
don't know your
I assume
strength yet.
I'm doing
Exactly.
a d6, so a max plus my roll.
Yes.
Okay,
This is
so
with
that's
your
6,
praying hands.
9. That's 14 points of damage.
There you go. 14 points of bludgeoning damage, Adenthi.
And as after he
Thank you.
clocks him, he'll say, "And if you want me to hit you harder next time, actually do something that will make me want to hit you."
All right, the meeting that I have is with Asmodeus.
Punch him, punch him, punch him, punch him, punch him. Punch him,
Cather will pause for like his first instinct is going to be to do another punch. Like, and he's like, "Well, hold on. Although I can't actually be mad. Like,
Bring your revolver. Evil.
I know I'm a
Killed one of your
celestial
gods.
paladin, but like the thing is, right? Like,
did kill one of your gods.
he did
Literally is the cause of one of the three.
kill- Okay, but
The
like, are you
first
gonna?
murder.
The person that started the
Are
age
you
of
going to like go be friends with him or something?
Listen,
There's a chance that I end up owing him a favor at some point in time.
I caught him.
your friend's close and your enemy's closer.
You clock him?
I am
Clock
dating
him
his
too?
daughter, so it's morally wrong for me to
That's a
be
21.
too good
to
of
hit.
friends with them.
Nice. 21 hit.
I'm like not, and now I'm not even looking. I'm just like, I am dating his. Oh,
I
God.
I just gut punch him, you know.
Did everybody else just see Sideways Hat DJ, or was I hallucinating?
I saw
I
that.
missed it.
Listen, keep your
look
friends
at him.
close and your enemies closer.
That's
There
less.
it is.
That's only 6 points of damage, and
That's
then
a
I
total
walk.
of 20.
And then I walk away.
You just leave.
Yep.
I will follow
Have
him
a-
back.
Have a good meeting.
I was actually going to ask, now that this has been revealed, I actually would feel a lot better if all three of you came. But it's if you don't want to, that's
Like,
still okay.
Oh, you want us to be there now?
Well, I thought about
Hey
it.
guys, Abinthy wants us to join him in his meeting now.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, well, yeah, that works.
Okay, where are we going?
To Asmodeus.
Oh,
Asmodeus.
no.
You don't have to go if you don't want to. I understand that it's a rather large task.
For the record, I'm
Your
going.
friend's dead.
I'm going now. I want
I
to
just
go.
feel like
Cather's
this.
going, I should go. We counteract each other.
That's
He's the
right.
celestial, I'm the demonic. He won't know where to put his attention.
That's right.
Well, I won't let you go speak to Asmodeus without me, I guess.
Yeah, Edward,
I guess.
fear of missing out.
Yes.
I walk over to Edward and I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, Edward, I just want you to know, you truly are a changed man. You have grown so much since I've known you.
What
Good
happened?
work. What?
Could we go back
Yeah.
to when Edward was still in with Renaya?
Things
I wanna say.
Yeah, everyone's gonna talk to Rini. So while that all has been going on, every once in a while you do hear a hit me, come on, hit me.
I want you to hit me. Hit me, hit me.
While it's going on, Edward and Renata, you guys are just kind of exploring Cather's cabin. It's quaint. You can tell that it's hand built. Every once in a while you see a nail that's sticking out that didn't quite get hammered in as much as it should have.
Right.
Do you think
Edward
he has
will
any
make.
like secrets hidden in here?
Actually, that's a good question.
Maybe like a diary?
Maybe a diary. I could see him keeping one of
I
those.
feel like his diary would just be really depressing.
We have to find it. If it's
October
here, we
31st.
have to find it.
2022. I become a nocturnal animal.
What?
There's
I'm
also
quoting the
just
Batman.
Oh, okay.
the very
Um,
last page of a Playboy magazine. It's just ads.
Well, you do know that I don't think he keeps many things. You know, he kind of travels light, just his armor and some food and his goodies that his gods give him. I can't hear you.
Well,
Speak
maybe it's because he keeps all his other things hidden here.
That's a good point. As they begin searching, let's look
We
around.
just snoop.
Yeah,
just-
all the normal things. Edward will kind of awkwardly
I
while
do
they're-
have a question. Do you guys actually
Go for it.
like try to find something?
Oh, Renai
Yeah.
is snooping, yeah.
Yeah, we'll snoop. Okay. Why? You got something to give us, Cather? Is there something hiding
roll
here?
an investigation check.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. What?
Okay.
Okay. We'll check like under the sofa, around his little bed, in the cupboards,
15.
under his socks, in the sock drawer.
That's that it's going to be hidden there. Cather's that basic.
21, Drew.
Gosh, how do I forget to open my character sheet every time we
ask the
play
same question.
now?
Every day.
We are professional D&D players.
It's been so long that we've been playing this game.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Grant. Here's
12.
what's happening. I'll explain to you what's happening.
Okay.
You've been
Explain to
playing
me.
this game so long that your subconscious no longer feels like you have to refer to the character sheet to play the character. And so
Yes,
it's only
that
when you
is
get to the
what's
point where you're like,
happening.
oh yeah, I have to do the math side of this game.
I know Edward's so
exactly
good
that.
now. Yeah, that's a 12.
Okay, so Grant, Edward, you don't find anything. However, Renaya, with your 21 and your snooping, you do notice one of the floorboards in the bedroom is just slightly off.
Oh,
Edward!
His secret stash.
What, why'd you find
Renaya
something?
is
You actually found
Renaya is
something?
prying it open.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
You come in and you just see like
And we're
Renaya
ripping
almost
the
in like a
floorboards
feral mode.
up.
Just
Before Drew reveals, what are our votes for what is in the floorboard?
I guess.
I think it's a heart.
Like a
a
like
human-
an Edgar Allan
a
Poe
heart.
situation?
Like a beating
heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I think it's just a dead raccoon
I think
that he
it's,
found.
I think it's a scroll of. Never mind.
Teleportation.
I think it's
Yes.
going to make me really sad.
I'm hoping that it's one of two things. It's either A, a Beanie Baby collection, or B, it's just more nails. Because that
Darn
would
it.
be the most disappointing thing to find under the floorboard.
I think it's going to be like a cat made outfit.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Everyone manifest.
It's a
Catherine
Kiyomura
made,
body
Catherine
pillow. That's
made.
really what it is.
It's new merch in the merch store.
Oh my
If
gosh.
only.
Look at what
Uh,
Jesse said in chat.
It's just smut.
So funny.
So you open up the floorboard and you see a few things.
DJ scrippers are under the floorboards.
Stop.
Oh,
know.
see-
Did you see that? The way he fanned his.
You
Stop.
see a small pile of papers, what looks like letters, but that's between himself and Leshka, his sister, the rest of his family, a few names that you don't recognize, but looking at the signature with the last name Ebenthar, you see it's with family, and a couple with Kiyomura. You also see a very crudely hand whittled version of his holy symbol, and then you also see what looks like a small statue of a soldier, also hand carved.
Well, this is
Oh.
all just super personal, not interesting, funny, embarrassed Cather stuff.
Right, it's kind of sweet
And wholesome and
and nice.
gosh
I
dang
think his
it. Why
riddle
does
skills
Cather
could
have to be such a
improve.
good person? And
This
Renaya
is what
closes the
I'm
floorboards?
saying.
Yeah, do you think he said anything interesting to Kiyomura?
Probably
Well, we probably
confessing
shouldn't
his
read it
love or
anyways.
something.
Maybe.
You do see.
I don't know.
You do see one of the letters has an XOXO at the end.
It's just
Are you for
it's
real?
Just it's a workout
gossip
routine.
girl.
Dear
What does
Cat,
that mean?
it has been 3 nights since I saw you last.
Are they playing tic-tac-toe?
I quiver.
Yes, yes, Lydia. They're playing tic tac toe.
That's what they're
Some
just
kind of game.
sending. It's a 9-month-long game of tic tac toe.
This is a really intense way to play, but okay.
I'm getting weirded out. I feel like we shouldn't look anymore.
Yeah, I know. I feel kind of like I'm invading his privacy, which was kind of the point, but I hoped it would be
Yeah, I
something
mean, it
that
was
I could
fun.
like be like, haha, Cather, you have a cat-made outfit, but he doesn't.
Right. Secretly, I was hoping that's exactly what it was too.
You know, it was like everybody around us was trying to manifest it.
And it
Oh,
just
I
didn't
forgot one
happen.
other thing.
Oh, what is that?
Is it a cat-made
It better be
outfit?
good. It better be good.
No, it's just some shackles.
Oh, that's depressing. We're
That's
closing
worse.
this floorboard.
God,
Still hot, but
boring.
much worse.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
What kind of shackles?
Some really gross
Cat-made armor.
rusted like iron shackles that are clearly used for prisoners and slaves.
Oh, and those aren't even hot.
No, he got that from the beginning of the game when he wakes up in the cart and then he's in the.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was isekai?
Oh, you're finally awake.
Yeah, it was a Skyrim
Okay,
reference.
well,
And they weigh nothing, which is pretty
a little
cool.
disappointed.
Well,
I'm sorry.
There's-
What more did you expect from Cather?
I wanted cat-made outfit.
well, that was fun.
Look, only
But-
if
but
you
I've-
still remembered Melora, okay?
That was fun. But I also wanted to ask you something. Or
Hey.
not it's not a question. I I need to say something. It's been eating away at me.
Okay.
I want to say that I'm sorry. I want to apologize to you. Especially after what just happened. You know, I've been so worked up and nervous about the anathema, the Fae. For good reason. I mean, it could be the end of what we know and all. And gosh, I've been so tunnel visioned, and I feel like my heart's been so full of missing people, you know, missing track, missing my mother, and fear, being afraid of losing more, and I just don't think I've had room to feel for the people in my life right now. And when we were at your family's place, it reminded me that, well, your feelings or problems are just as big as mine. And even if the end of the world is happening, it doesn't mean it's worth being ignored. I can't believe I really thought that we'd skip a chance like that. It's unfair. It might even be wrong. So I just wanted to apologize for that. And any other times I've had misguided priorities. I do hope, though, that we can make a change soon, but I think I needed to say something. Things are different now than they were. I know you noticed the drawing Cather drew. I did too. It reminds me of a time that was, in a strange way, simpler, even though it felt so complicated. I wish things weren't so complicated now. But we're here together. I think that's what matters. Until this is over.
Renaya hugs Edward.
Oh. Yeah, Edward will stand there a little surprised at first, and then he'll hug her tightly back, brows furrowed. He'll hug tightly, sincerely. You know? He'll stand there for a long while too,
Yeah.
even.
And about halfway through the hug, you just hear Cather punch Avonby on the beach.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Or that's
Oh.
Or the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well-
or the punch, one of two.
¿Por qué no los dos?
I am concerned about Abinthy at
What?
the moment.
Yeah, you feel fine. I'll hit you. Ugh.
Hey guys!
It seems like they're not having such a nice moment.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile,
maybe
they're
we
also
shouldn't
bonding.
let them
Yeah.
alone. All right.
You see
Well-
them walking back and they're holding hands, skipping.
Yeah. I'm riding on his shoulders with my arms out. My hair flowing in the wind.
Edward,
Yes.
I'm really happy you're here.
Not
We don't
happy
like the
you're
fact
here.
Cather's here, though, guys. Like,
No, screw him in his no cat maid outfit.
That would be a game changer.
You know,
Fan art.
You know,
I'm on it.
even when I don't want to be here, you know, deep down, I'm glad I'm here. I'm sick of paperwork. And then he starts walking towards the door to like meet Catherine Abinthy.
And then we're gonna skip the 3 minutes in the conversation that we already did. So you
Yes.
guys already agreed.
You truly have become a better man.
Exactly.
Amity will turn to the group and say, first off, to all of you, I'm sorry. I am now without any of the people who have been very important to me for the past 40 years. Other than the three of you, which are new. Oh my goodness. What just
DJ
happened?
down!
Yeah, I noticed that too. DJ
Medic!
He
Medic!
just actually fell. I just looked over and he was on the floor.
I was just gonna. I didn't know what to do. I was reaching over for something, and I felt my chair begin to tip, and I was like, "Oh, it's fine." And then it just, because it's on wheels, it just slipped out from under me. So I didn't actually fall; like the chair slipped, and then you guys just kept going, and I didn't know what to do.
I didn't
You know the
see
worst
it.
part?
I only
that you
saw
were
you on the
muted.
ground.
I know. If I should. Dang it! I should.
This would have been so much funnier if you. This is the first time you've made noise.
Ah, dang it.
Wait.
He wanted to.
Audacity may have picked it up. Did Audacity?
That's true.
pick it up?
Audacity definitely did pick it up. We can add it in post.
Leave it in, Drew.
Oh, let's go.
But
Um,
I'm sorry.
I'll just
Quality content.
Just say like I'll just take a moment and pause like the episode and say, meanwhile in the background, DJ.
yeah.
Meanwhile,
Whoop.
bwana, bwana, bwana.
I don't think anybody saw it, and I'm disappointed.
I didn't. I just saw his face peeking from like the side of the frame, and I looked over, and his chair's wheels were just
I didn't
there.
even see DJ. I just saw the chair.
Yeah.
See,
I was just like, what?
before the stream, we talked about how all of the jokes that we have, all the bits are just making fun of me, and this is just another one. What's
Yeah.
you know, everything's fine.
Hey, but that means that you are great content, DJ.
I miss Sideways Hat DJ.
I do.
There he is.
It really
hate
does
that.
make
I'm
you
so
look
sorry.
like someone who rapped in the early thousands, but was way
that
too
makes
old
me
for
really
rap.
sad. I really don't want to have that.
One
in-
fisheye lens, and your life would be changed.
No.
You look like someone who goes by the name Parm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm DJ Porn.
This is now a
No, just
roast
Parm.
DJ stream.
So you got some cheesy moves on the skateboard.
I'm gonna return to role playing now, Grant.
Okay.
Anyway, I felt as though the world just shifted. Sorry.
is that an earthquake?
Yes, the skies themselves have turned. But
What
I
is
am.
that noise?
What is what?
Is it thunder? I'm sorry.
Anyway, Edward. No, it's not storming at all.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Edward's a goof.
What can I say?
Anyway, I have lost everything and everyone that I've held dear up until this point. And I have not been handling it well. And I have treated all of you poorly because of that. And even now, I cannot guarantee that I'm obviously not okay now. And for that, I'm sorry. I truly am. I would like to ask for your help to elaborate a little further. The person I am asking for help to locate Talmanash's soul is Asmodeus. I did not tell you because I was afraid that one, things would go poorly, because obviously it's not a very good idea, and two, that by doing so, all of you would be put in danger. And, well, more danger than you're already in, which is not something that I particularly wish to force upon anyone. I was also a little scared that you would want to come along, because I don't like when people see the bad decisions that I'm making in the process of me making them.
Well, I thought you might never ask for a bit of help. I'm glad to help. I just want to double check. This is the Asmodeus, right? Not some other person named the same name.
No, yes, the first murderer,
Gosh.
bringer of all evil,
How do you
lord
even,
of the ninth layer of hell.
How do we even dream of doing that? We hardly made it through we hardly even survived in hell for I have no clue how long that was.
How do we do it is I'm his future son-in-law, so we kind of just ride that train.
I suppose
until
if
the
you
end
did
of the line.
talking,
Yes.
it would make an interesting story.
Yes.
And you have to do this.
I mean, I could just give up.
I don't think that's fair to you.
I wouldn't. I actually, that's a lie. I can't give up. It's an obsession at this point. As another note, I am also sorry because I still can't make myself agree to be this group's friend, which sounds really bad. I've already talked to Edward a bit about it, but I can't do that yet. I would like to at one point in time. Maybe once all of this is over and everything is good and we're not under threat of constant death, I would love to be friends. But right now, I am too scared.
I think we all know a thing or two about that.
So it isn't. I care for all of you greatly. Honestly, I told Cather it would be way better if you all were all just way worse people. It would make my life so much easier. Sadly, you are great people, and I don't know how to deal with good people.
Well, how about this? How about this?
Yes.
Since it seems we're all a bit afraid, for good reason, we'll do what we can to protect what we care about. And we'll do that as long as we can.
That is something
I think
know
that's
how to
something
do.
we can all agree on.
I can do that.
Good. I can too.
Would you?
He looks to Renaya and Cather kind of expectantly.
This is a little off track. I do have a question for you.
I'm a semi-open book.
Why do you think Asmodeus can help you?
Out
Like-
of people who control where souls go, I know of two groups.
Mm-hmm.
You know one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they aren't willing to help me. At most, they gave me a name.
A name. What was the name?
Let me look through my notes. I wasn't prepared for this.
Kevin.
Dale.
Dale.
Just a guess.
I just threw away my scrap of paper that had it on it.
You threw it away.
Dudes through him. Valesh Shataran, the soul
Bless
stealer.
you.
No, that's its name, or its name. It is a creature that apparently steals souls of people who are going to go on to do good things before it's their time. Something along those lines. And also, this is a slight apology to you, Katha, because your gods did help me by giving the name, but I am a petty, vengeful man.
Really? I couldn't tell.
And so I have not forgiven them, but at least I will not pursue my vengeance as actively as I would have before they helped.
Noted. And appreciated.
So, yes.
DM.
Keep your hands
no.
close.
D-
Yes, Drew?
DM. Do I happen to recognize the name
No.
of Valet Shastron?
Nope.
No.
Never
Okay.
heard it before.
Just make sure.
None of you have.
So, is everyone rested and prepared? I mean, I kind of threw this on you. I understand if you're not prepared. If you need to take some time to sort through, maybe reconsider, I would understand.
I just don't know what to expect. I mean, we've spoken to things that nobody would ever dream of. We've spoken to things I didn't even know were real. And
Honestly, this, I am more comfortable than anything else we have done.
well, if that's the case, I guess it eases my nerves a bit.
Yes.
But this seems like a new level, even for me. I think as long as we're smart and we have a way out, I suppose it would be fine.
If there is one thing that I know how to do, it's be prepared. And I am very prepared.
Renaya, what do you know of Asmodeus?
Very bad.
Right, I figured that much.
Who knows?
Do
Maybe
you
maybe Grotz gets his redeeming qualities from his dad.
I don't think so. I'm not exactly.
Grotz
good
is just like his
terms.
father, yes.
Well, I suppose if the end of the material plane as we know it is imminent, then maybe we should do anything we can to get our own things in line. So if that's what must be done, I
Who
think
knows?
it only
Maybe
fair.
maybe Asmodeus will be willing to also tell us how to stop the end of the world.
Well, truth be told, I think that there is a potential that we do find a bit of a enemy of our enemy as our friend kind of situation.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you think about it, the Fae and the devils are teaming up.
Do you mean the demons?
The demons? Which one is Grotz?
Grotz is the demon.
He's a demon.
Oh, shoot. The Fae and the demons are teaming up. I always get that mixed up in my mind.
Your point's so
so-
valid.
If Asmodeus doesn't like that, we can find a bit of a surprise advantage, even
Are
if
you
it
s-
isn't abject help.
Are you speaking of Baphomet?
I mean, I think just in general. I don't believe that Asmodeus wishes for the end of the world.
Renai, maybe it's a good idea you're there. I mean, if he doesn't like Baphomet, and you don't, I guess
I mean,
that
I
is a good point.
suppose-
Maybe he could help with this problem with the anathema.
I mean,
Well,
we did.
but we're also
talk
getting
to
ahead of ourselves. This is
What's Her
Asmodeus we're talking about. But
About-
maybe.
Yeah, making a deal to kill Baphomet, so he probably knows about that.
Consider me intrigued.
Oh,
I think maybe we ought to do this.
All right, well, I'm
As
ready.
much as I regret to say.
Where you two go, I go.
I guess we're in.
all right.
All
I need
right.
to
Hands in.
center myself.
Hands in,
Why?
everybody.
What is
We gotta
where?
do it. Remember? In the
In
middle.
what?
I need to
We've
center
done this
my.
before.
where do I
Oh, are
put-
we
put
doing
my
it?
hand
Put your
in
hands
what?
in the middle.
Just
in
put
the,
your
in the
hand-
middle.
just-
Where
Okay.
everyone else's
Oh,
hands.
on top? Oh, right.
Yep.
On 3.
What are we saying on
What's
3?
happening on
Fate's
3?
Gambit
What
on 3.
happens
1, 2, 3. Fate's
Gambit on
Gambit.
three.
Fate's
What does that
Gambit.
mean? What is Fate's Gambit on 3? We just all
Well
Fate's
done.
Gambit. I don't understand what we're
It's
supposed to do on
happened.
3. Are we supposed to like evolve
Well, you just say
into
Fate's
something?
Gambit.
I don't.
You just
Yes.
lift up
Oh.
your hand and say Fate's Gambit.
Fate's
Your Pikachu is
Gambit.
evolving.
There you go. Good job, Renaya.
Exactly.
It's just a good way to like keep energy and spirits up, you know.
Right. We used to do that in fencing
I
class.
don't feel any different.
I was pretty good.
We'll keep working.
That was
Okay,
pretty
can I
good.
put my hand down?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And
with
then
you
we went on
guys
guard. But we don't
prepped
have to do that.
and preparing to go visit the Lord of all evil, the father of everything bad in this world,
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes as per usual. You guys grab some popcorn, get a drink,
Okay.
get your feet up,
Yes, sir.
maybe soak them a little.
Hit patricide.
Yeah. And we'll be back in just a little bit and figure out what
Go,
today's
guys,
talking about.
wait. Go join Discord so you can see the memes.
Yes, that
See
is
the
what we
memes in
want.
Discord.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. They might not wait. Hold on. I don't think they can hear us. Okay. Maybe. What the heck is going on? Why? Well, I know they can hear me. Okay, let's try that.
Can you hear
So
me?
much purer than
Hello?
Hello?
This is perfect. This is buying me so much
Can
time.
you hear me?
Drew is DM, player, and BBEG.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Okay, it looks like we're
Can
good
you
now.
hear me?
There you are, guys. All right.
Okay, they can hear us?
Yes.
Wander says that she can't.
Uh-oh, maybe they have delay? Wait, are
Grant.
they messing with us? I'm freaking out.
Hold on.
They are messing with us.
Wander is
They
being
can hear us. They
sarcastic.
can hear us. They can hear us.
That's
Oh
not
my
called
gosh,
being
okay, they
sarcastic.
can
It's
hear
called
us.
lying.
That's called
They can
being
hear us.
mean, okay? We're trying to
have
be professional
cereal.
here.
This is us
I'm
being
sorry.
bullied
John's
by
cat
our
made
mods.
Cather.
I'm gonna blame the fact that my Bluetooth headphones died, and so then I had to
Oh,
make
gosh.
slight adjustments, and so the stream didn't like that apparently.
Bluetooth headphones. Pff.
Excellent. So, where we left off, you guys were just about to make your way to probably Glossia first, and then eventually to Asmodeus.
Yes.
Great. How do you do that?
Normally I have to go through the letter route, but I just have plane shift. So I'm just gonna plane shift to Glossia
Okay.
because she was like, "Meet me when you have a chance,
Yeah.
bud."
You guys arrive on I can't
The
remember.
sixth layer.
Hell.
The sixth layer, yeah, whichever on. Anyway, can't remember the name of that one.
Probably somewhere in my notes.
New Jersey.
That New Jersey is every layer of hell.
You find yourself on the rocky slopes of that ever growing and decaying volcano that this plane finds itself being made up of. And at the base of this volcano, you see the prison that Glossia is both warden and prisoner of. You make your way up the familiar steps on the warm stone.
Malbog.
Yes, exactly. Because it's made up of the body, roughly, of the original, or it's named after the original ruler of the plane. But you make your way up the steps. You enter into the prison. Make your way up to the very top floor. Find yourself on the other side of a very familiar door, the door leading to Glossia's personal chamber. You knock on the door, and it is opened almost immediately by the familiar, ever bold but lovely Glossia. Hello, my darling. Please come in, all of you, please. You are my guests.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Shh. I don't want to hear your voice.
I'm sorry.
At least someone said it.
So, you got my letter then?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Well, he is ready for you whenever you are able to arrive. I can take you to him, or I can send you to him, but I cannot join you once you're there. I should warn you. My father is crafty, cunning. There is nothing that he does that does not further his own goals. and there's almost no deal that he's willing to make if he doesn't feel like he has the better end of it. So, just be on guard and have your wits about you when you were talking with him.
My dear, I have danced with Fae, stolen the crown from kings, and built cities from nothing but stone. My wit is the only thing I have.
And it is what I love about you.
I hope it's a little more than that.
I mean, you have... I won't embarrass your friends.
It seemed
And
with
we'll
my
just
wit
try
I've
to
stolen
stay
your
out of the
tongue as
way.
well as your heart.
So, my father is not particularly a patient man, so I'm thankful that you found my letter relatively quickly. But
Oh, good. I
she's
didn't
not-
know how long it had been sitting there, all honesty. So,
Oh, well, I'm glad, because I sent it yesterday, so...
perfect.
So, we shouldn't keep my father waiting. Are you all ready?
I'm set.
I'll take things as they go. I'll try to stay out of the way.
I suppose I'm ready. It looks like Renaya is busy in her sketch pad drawing something at the moment, but
It's very important, but I'm ready.
You guys keep your eye out on the Discord for the hot drop that lady's about to.
It's about to be scandalous.
Steal your hearts, and if you can, avoid speaking. It's just best. My father very much enjoys the sound of his own voice.
I'm starting to think there's more reasons why you like me. Because your father and I sound very similar.
Oh no!
I don't
We're
mean
not-
to imply anything. It's
We're not going to go into my.
I'm just
daddy
look.
issues.
I've recommended
Anyway,
therapy many times.
She just covers your
If you have
mouth.
similarities to Asmodeus, I have reason to be even more concerned about.
She
it.
covers your mouth.
I will turn to the others and say, when we do get there, stick close to me, all right?
Hold my hand.
Sure thing.
That's just so I can provide my 10-foot radius aura of courage. That way we can't be frightened.
That would be very appreciated.
Good. That's a
I
really.
love your aura.
Oh my gosh. Glacia steps out of the room, and you watch as she kind of passes her hand over a blank spot in the hallway, and a doorway shimmers and appears before opening it, and it's just a black void beyond. Right. Don't die. I've grown rather fond of most of you, I guess. At least one of you.
There's the honesty right
Me.
there.
So if you're wondering, my love, I will return.
Please do.
Now let's get cracking. That's how I walk canonically.
You guys all one by one step through the void. And it's like stepping into... It's like stepping out into the cold. You're just instantly surrounded by intense freezing temperatures.
I have to pee.
Now's not the time.
I should have gone
Before-
back at the cabin.
I asked if you were prepared.
Before you step out into a lush garden. All around you are bushes and trees and beautiful flowers. It's almost as colorful as the Feywild, and yet more maintained, cared for. As you look around, you quickly realize that every single plant, every bench, every aspect of this garden has been specifically picked and placed in every specific spot. Nothing about this landscape is wild or out of design. I'll have you all just make a perception check too while I'm thinking about it.
That's so interesting. This isn't the worst possible thing that's happening.
And guys,
I mean, at least it's nice, right? It's better than the Fae.
for the first time since the end of chapter 1, I get to use my fate dice again.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
Fate dice.
Ooh,
Well,
and
I
they're
sent the
happy
chat
to
what I got.
see me. That'd be a
What'd they
natural
roll?
20, DM.
Oh my god. You and me
What?
both, bro.
I got a nat 1. What the heck?
So far, we've all crit in some way, shape, or form. Lydia, what you get?
I got a 29.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Not
still
nat,
below that.
not
Yeah,
nat.
same. I got
27
26
for me.
total.
You needed to get a 28, Grant.
What the heck?
We could have had a
What the
run.
heck? Yeah. Do I get advantage,
Missed
DM?
out on 1,500 points in Farkle.
Sure, Grant, you're cute. That seems to be the rule.
Perception? 18.
Buddy.
Okay,
That
that's
has
fine.
an 8. That works.
No,
fine.
the nat 1's funnier. Edward's preoccupied. He has
He's
to keep
looking at
really
the lush
bad.
garden.
It has to be really bad.
As you guys walk through this garden, there's a sensation, especially you, Renaya, that you feel. And it's familiar with all of you from being in the Feywild, but you and I have the most recent experience with it, where you're in a place that's not real. You know, you feel it from being in the mirror realm in Pandemonium. It's a very similar sensation, but even in being in the Feywild, which all of you have been, where it's a mirror plane, quote unquote, but nothing's quite the same. This garden, you begin to see the inconsistencies of it. A plant that was there a second ago is no longer. A leaf begins to fall before almost like glitching and falling again. And quickly, you all begin to realize the overlay that this garden is. Nothing here is real. Nothing has grown here. But beneath it all is a blank gray void. Everything that you are touching, everything that you're walking upon is a manifestation of someone's will. And it's an eerie feeling knowing that the very space that you walk on could disappear if someone were to stop wanting it to be there.
This feels wrong.
You continue making your way
Pretty
through the
gather.
garden before eventually finding yourself walking along this path that leads to a widens into this grand gravel path with bushes, very, very tall cylindrical bushes lining the path on either side, about 20 or so of these bushes on either side, leading to a grand staircase on this beautiful, massive manor. You continue your approach, feeling the gravel crunch beneath you, hearing it, and as you begin to get closer, you go up the stairs and these massive doors, each one probably about 12 feet tall, open before you. Once they open, you watch as a succubus steps out of the foyer.
Sorry, what's a succubus?
A sex demon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically,
Oh.
they would seduce. There's succubus
Oh.
and
Incubi.
an incubus, men and women that would seduce whichever they're gonna seduce.
Yeah, they're the most
steal their souls.
human-like fiends.
Yeah.
Oh
They're-
boy.
Yeah,
Glossia looks like a succubus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starting like that,
they're
huh?
Queen of the
they're
succubi.
They're shapeshifters, so they take the form of whatever is most pleasant to the person they're trying to seduce.
A bathroom. Sorry. Interesting. Hubba hubba.
Lord Asmodeus is waiting for you. Please follow me. And she turns and begins leading you down this grand foyer before arriving once again at another set of massive doors. They open, and you find yourself in a beautiful throne room. This red and white mosaic tile all across the floor with huge black walls that have ornate detailing all across with trim and the design work. Massive ceiling to floor curtains draping at the sides of beautiful stained glass windows that shouldn't exist. Knowing the layout of the castle, this room should be at the center of it, and yet there are stained glass windows leading out and letting light in. At the center of it, you see a large throne, but it's not even a throne, I should say. It's more like a massive chair surrounded by cushions, where there are probably 10 or so of these succubi or other creatures that are there simply because they are pleasing to the eye. And sitting at the center of it, you see a human-sized man, probably about 6'2" or so, a little bit on the taller side. He's got bronze, flawless skin. He's wearing an extremely well-tailored suit with the jacket off, leaving just a vest and a well-tailored shirt beneath. He has just the trim of his beard. Clearly it's been trimmed back, and he just has it along the jawline, and it comes up in these swirls along his cheeks and then encompasses his mouth.
Like the game master from the first Hunger Games.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's a good picture of it.
But even
It has
hotter and more
long,
evil.
slick back hair, just a beautiful flow of hair. And he's sitting there, and you can see he has kind of this almost like a bundle of grapes in his hand, a bushel of grapes in his hand, and he slowly picks one and eats it before noticing you all arrive. He waves you forward.
I will step forward with humble confidence. As I do, I will activate. Under my breath, I'll say, "Black tie," and my shift weave will turn into a formal suit, very well tailored to my dimensions. I made it myself.
Epic.
And
It's like changing
will-
Minecraft skins.
Yeah, and as it does, I will walk forward, take my hat off, and in a deep bow, I will say, "I humbly present myself before the King of the Nine Hells. I am
Edward
Apathy
following suit will
Tribowitz, the traveling tailor."
Edward following suit will also bow.
Renaya looks to Cather.
Cather will give a slight nod of the head.
A begrudging nod.
Renaya waves.
Yes! Yes!
Nice. That's good.
I see I am in the company of bold souls. I assume you come before me to ask something of me?
Something, yes. Perhaps several things. More than that, I am here because I believe you to be a businessman.
I see you are wise as well as bold. And as he lets that grin spread across his face, it's difficult to not notice the vampire-like fangs that kind of glisten in this particular lighting. So do you have an offer for me?
I have information, and from that I have suggestions. First off, I'm sure you're aware of the state of the demons and fae and celestials, the uprising that is going on right now.
I am.
Me and this group and I, am vehemently opposed to the progressions that they have made against you. That is the first thing I would like to say. Second, I believe that you have knowledge of a creature known as the Soul Stealer. Would I be correct in saying that, wise one?
There is much that I know, but little that I share.
Well, I don't come here asking for share. I come here asking for sponsorship. This group and I are, well, we search for many things. The Soul Stealer has taken someone of mine, and I would like to get them back. Unfortunately, I do not know where they currently reside. It is my belief that, or my understanding, that this Soul Stealer is not exactly on your best terms either, seeing as several of the souls that they take are warranted to you.
Continue.
Well, the simplest trade that I could see is if you are willing to inform us of the location of the Soul Stealer, then we will go there, defeat it, and then I and you will both get what we want. At least for this task.
And if the Soul Stealer is not the pain in my side that you think he is, what do you offer then?
Someone who is willing to be more open to the suggestion of your advances. I will have you know, I also asked the gods for help. One of them that I asked you are intimately familiar with, and they turned me aside. So I am certainly no friend to them. I'm hoping that you will make a wiser decision.
Bold indeed. But you do happen to be in luck. And he shifts forward in his chair. There is a man. Man by the name of Marcus Steele. He is a tiefling of burnt red skin. Bring him to me, and I will reveal to you the location of the Soul Stealer.
Where might this Marcus Steele be located? Or is that something that we need to find out ourselves?
He works on the Mist Runner, a ship known for hunting astral dreadnoughts.
Well, that's fun. Very well. I assume I already know the answer, but could I ask why, just out of interest?
Business.
As good a reason as any. As another point of business to go over, as I said, we are currently in opposition to the demons and fae. Maybe the gods, it depends on how they act. When it comes to the battle at hand, I don't suppose there'd be any way that you would be willing to assist us in that regard. It is in your favor.
What is in my favor is whatever I will. I have no interest in this war, nor does it affect me. But if you are searching for a certain aid, my doors are always open to help poor mortals, but always for a price.
You are a reasonable man. I know that this might be pushing the bar a bit, but I can't help myself. As you said, I am bold. I don't suppose you'd consider anything as a wedding gift.
You will do well with my daughter. And you will do well with my son.
Edward just coughed. I'm sorry.
Well,
My
it
wedding
seemed-
gift to you and to Renaya, if she so deems it, is that I do not kill you for having the audacity of engaging with my children.
Bro, take it, bro. Take it. It's a good gift.
That's good. That's a good one.
Absolutely, in your gift, we thank you for it. Hopefully, as quickly as possible, I shall return with this Marcus Steele. Thank you for your assistance. And you are invited to the wedding. Now, we should probably take our leave.
Thank you for joining me for this business arrangement, and I look forward to you fulfilling your end of the bargain.
You know, Asmodeus, can I call you Asmodeus, or is there something you would prefer?
That is my name.
Can I call you A? No, that's
No.
too.
Oh gosh. Jeez.
Asmodeus, I think you and I are going to
Azzy.
get along well.
I do enjoy bold mortals. Now, you have begun to bore me. Leave.
By all means. Come
Edward
now.
bows and walks quickly out the room.
We'll join
Renaya
hands.
waves.
Teleport. I don't know exactly where I'm plane shifting. Actually, I will go. Hey guys, should we return to? Do you think we
Just
should
get us
return
out
to
of here. I don't care
Sixthleia
where we
or
go. Just get us
Gambit's
out of here,
Keep?
man.
Gambit's Cape was fun.
Gambit's Keep it is, and I will plane shift to Gambit's Keep.
Oh, thank God that's over. Oh, that man. He just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
I like him. I like this guy.
Charismatic boy.
I'm sweating.
I'm telling you, I feel like I found a kindred soul.
I don't know how you do it.
course
I
you
don't know
would
how
say
you
that.
do it, Evans.
I mean, He was reasonable.
Well, he agreed not to kill you or Renaya. That's a bonus.
That's
Well,
pretty
it's good that we did that.
That's pretty great.
I'm
Sorry,
just
I
saying,
couldn't
that's
really
one of
pay
the
attention.
that is one of the best interactions I have had with the father of someone I'm in a relationship with.
That was so scary. I wasn't really paying attention. Did he ask us to kill someone?
No, we just have to bring someone to him, which could, I assume, alive. But,
that's good.
and I'm assuming that they will not go willingly.
Okay.
But
Well,
that
I
sounds
never want to
great
go
to
back
me.
there.
Right. Okay.
Cather, you seem like you're doing fine.
I mean, I was gritting my teeth the entire time we were there, but that's besides the point.
You all did wonderfully, by the way.
I did wet myself.
You should
Just
have
a
gone to the
little.
bathroom
I
beforehand.
had to go. I was so scared.
You know how hard it is to clean shift weave? You have to
I
wash
know.
for each one of the sets of clothing.
Okay.
Should have left the undies behind, brother.
Oh my god.
What's
These things are going
happening?
straight into the
Don't
trash.
say anything else. Right. Well, I'm glad that overall did go very well.
Yes.
Do any of us know anything about Marcus Steele or
By the way, that's
Ship.
Steele.
You know what's funny is that is how I wrote it.
Hey, yeah, Aaron. Woo!
Why?
Because I'm like, there's no way that it's just the metal.
I knew a guy with that last name.
And let's see.
Well, the
he
word
said
was-
he said he writes on a ship called the Mist Rider.
Yes, the Mist Runner. A burnt red tiefling named Marcus Steele. I have my ways of obtaining research. It will take a little bit of time. In the meantime, we should probably deal with some other things. Am I correct about that? Or would the person in the
Well,
sky like me to
let's
pursue
see.
this now?
I'm fine with what. Listen, okay, just to metagame a little bit. We've reached the end of my DM notes. So wherever you go,
go.
no matter where you go,
Well, all right,
it's improv
so-
from here on out for the rest of the session.
Cather pulls out his notebook with his list of to-dos.
Yes, yes.
As he scribbles on there,
As it-
find Marcus Steele.
But you can mark some of those off, right?
Well, let's see. I have my Cather take oath checked off and fight
Done.
death cult
Done.
checked off.
Done.
The
Done.
next things I have immediately on my list are golden mask figure at the Valley of Kings
Okay, that's
And-
important.
and free to Vutch. Those would be like the next two things that are most capable of doing.
We actually may be able to do the free to vote part now.
I think we ought to. That we just have to go
mean,
see
I-
Asteria, right?
Well, we need.
You have the flower, right?
I don't have the flower currently. I can very quickly get a flower though.
Well, let's go get a flower. We've got the blood.
You got the blood. You did
Yes,
find the
we
blood?
went to the black market. It was very successful.
Okay, good. That's great to hear. Well, yes, I know where we can get some flowers pretty easily.
Sounds
Get that
fantastic.
flower. We're about to do some baking.
Right.
Jesse.
Jazzy.
Sorry, that's cooking. God dang it, I blew it.
That is cooking.
Right. Well, this makes okay. DM, what time of day is it by chance?
What time is most convenient to you, Drew?
Well, preferably getting close to night because that's when the flowers bloom most often.
Okay. It is just about, it's sunset right now. It's golden hour.
It's getting close to night.
Perfect. All right.
Oh, yes. It appears the sun is setting.
Oh, that happened quickly.
Jesse Gessy in chat. It's just like, I heard my name.
Jazzy.
Hey, Mr.
It's
White.
time to go.
All right.
Yo.
I guess. I mean, we just got back to Gambit's Keep. Is there anything we need to do? Or like, I can leave real quick.
I need a
come back with the
shower.
flower. Then we can do the ritual here.
Oh, yes. Edward needs to change his pants.
As at this exact moment,
I need to wash up.
Edward, you just feel Mary grab your calf.
Oh,
I
Mary,
wouldn't touch
no.
my pants if I were
Oh.
you.
Not Edward's calf,
Heavens
Cather's
to-
calf.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my goodness.
The one that she actually likes, not Edward.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Edward
As she
threw her
does this,
bread.
a bit surprised because he didn't notice her because she's so sneaky.
She's a sneaky girl.
He says, "Oh, well done, Mary. I did not even hear you come approaching." As he'll kind of put just a comforting hand on her shoulder.
Hey, how did Mary get here?
Oh, she is so stealthy. That
she's
tiny
very-
child.
She wasn't
very
with us
skilled.
in
Edvar comes like running in, like panting, trying to find her. I don't know what
I love
Edvar's
this
voice is.
guy.
I never
Oh,
heard
oh,
of
I
him.
love this guy.
Shoot. What did Edvar sound like?
Edvar!
No. He was just like a
Oh, geez.
normal guy.
Yeah, he was just a
I feel
guy,
like-
I think.
He's
He was
just a
like, I
normal
am
guy."
so sorry.
Oh,
I think he had
Mary,
like
my-
3 different accents. So
Oh my
whatever you
God.
want.
Mary, you're so fast. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
I love him. I
That-
love him.
Anyway, Mary, we
Okay.
Before you leave, Edward will, or Edward, oh my goodness, Cather will turn to Edward and the others, and also kind of look at Mary a little bit too. So I know exactly where we can get a moon lily in order to make the Archon flower. It will require me to go back to rival Luna.
helm of teleportation.
I have a question.
Yes.
We have a garden in the center of our estate
Uh-huh.
that is filled with plants that were requested by the members of the group. Would we just have that flower at Gambit's keep? We have literal dragon flowers planted in that garden.
You know, you bring up a very fair point. I think that might be
handpicked
correct.
those.
Hey DM,
Cather would have. I would imagine Cather probably would have requested it, so I would definitely allow it.
100%.
well,
Dude.
sick. Well, then never mind. We don't need to.
You guys go out to the main courtyard and you're like, oh look,
Wait, I'm stepping on one right
Oh,
now.
I forgot about those.
moonlight.
Oh, I've been using those to make tea. I'm sorry.
Well, perfect. I guess we have that right here. Abinthy, do you know how long is the ritual supposed to take?
Hey DM,
Hmm.
do I know how to do this? Can I like legend lore
We're
it?
really speedrunning. We're really speedrunning.
I
This.
this is what I love. Aaron's mic is like this. He's like, hey DM.
Hey DM.
Red Solo Cup.
It has my chalky milk in it.
I'll fill you up.
Let's
Go.
have a party. Proceed party. Sure, if you want to legend lore it, you could probably figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Great. You cast
Yes,
legend lore.
I absolutely
Yeah,
can
yeah,
figure out how
yeah.
to do this.
Basically,
Okay.
Anyway,
What?
Here's Wonderwall.
we're
Man, we hit halfway and
We
we're like,
suck.
we're done.
We got to the end
Why
of
do
our
people
notes,
watch
people.
this
No.
show? Oh
we have things to
God,
do
go
still.
home.
Guys, we still have like 10 things on our list of to-dos.
It's true. It's true. All right.
5
we're-
levels, 10 things.
We're
Let's do
doing
things
the
per
Archon
level.
flower thing.
it's rather simple.
Yes.
You have to soak the flower in the blood for 24 hours.
Oh, perfect. Then we have a day.
Oh.
You then allow the flower to dry out, and you use the dried petals to create a tea.
Oh.
Edward, I have fantastic news.
What?
This requires your expertise. We
Fencing?
need to make tea.
Really? Are you
Really?
messing with me?
I kid you not. I wish that I was, because that would be hilarious.
And is this tea expected to be the best possible tea that could be made? Because
I
if
imagine-
so, I am your man.
I imagine that it probably won't taste very good.
Well, that's rude. I
No,
make a
not
lot of
because
tea, and I think it all tastes quite good.
Do you often include blood in your tea?
No, you don't put blood in tea.
Well, this one
Are you
Kinda
saying we have to put
does.
blood in tea?
Well, we have to put a flower
why?
coated in blood in tea.
God. Oh gosh. Why
Look,
does it
I'll
always
come to
down
you
these
with a
things?
mysterious glowing white powder. And then you just work your magic.
So,
I'm
so
actually going to
Abinthy,
cry.
How long of a process will this take?
At least 24 hours.
At least
Okay, but whose
24 hours.
blood? Whose blood?
The dragon's
tea.
blood that we bought
Oh, well,
at the
that's
black
okay.
market.
Well.
Yes, no, sir. That's from an animal. That's at least it's
Well,
okay.
they're
Okay,
sentient.
okay.
It's harder.
Now, do we? I mean, I'm sorry. my military mind is going, so I'm trying to make efficient decisions here,
Yes.
or at least efficient
No need
recommendations.
to boast.
If the flower has to soak in the blood for at least 24 hours, do we want to maybe do that and go check out what's going on at the Valley of Kings? Do we think
I'd
that
say-
will take more than a day?
It kind of feels like there are two options where we could start the process of the whole Ark and Flower business and then head to the Valley of Kings, which is acceptable. But as you said, I have a feeling that will take an amount of time that is longer than 24 hours.
Right.
The other option is we could take one day and clean up any things that are rather important. I look down at Mary and then I look back at Catherine. I'm like, did you tell her anything? She seemed rather attached to you.
We had a decently good conversation the other day before we left for like pandemonium or whatever.
Well, whatever her deal is, you should probably take care of it because I don't like children.
Okay.
I also need to do some research on the whole Marcus Steele situation.
Edward says, "Hear me out. I make tea that isn't with blood. We drink it. Crazy, right? And then we just chillax.
We did just
And
talk
then
to
later
Asmodeus.
we make blood tea, and then go to the Valley of Kings. Maybe even
because we can free her real quick,
That is true.
that's fair.
and then straight
I'm-
from there I can teleport us, and we don't
Yeah.
need to use your teleport helm. We can save that for when we're about to die.
Can you
Let's get this
can you
flower
take it?
and
Have you
some
been to the
blood.
Valley Kings before?
I've been to the Valley of Kings before.
He's been everywhere, Catherine.
My feet have walked paths untouched by mortal hands for thousands of years.
To be specific, you've been to the rim of the Valley of Kings. You've never been in it.
I have rimmed
It's
the
like
Valley
being to
of
the
Kings.
airport. Oh, gosh, it's like going to the airport but not actually leaving the airport. You're like, I've been there.
I have
but-
dropped people off at the Valley of Kings.
Hey, that's more than I can say technically.
Well, I'm going to make some tea.
Right.
Maybe write a bit. Get my mind off the fact that I was just facing the most evil thing in existence potentially. And we'll get the flower and some
Yes.
blood.
A capitalist. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
That's what I think.
Right. All right. That sounds fine.
I feel like we're not getting anywhere here.
I
No,
just
I mean, we've settled on a thing here. That sounds good to me.
The beauty of it is that you guys have solved like 4 things this episode.
I mean,
It's just that they're
Yeah.
all you're getting to all the loose ends. It's like we described
Yes.
at the beginning of the episode.
we're
Where-
completionists.
You're doing all the side quests real quick before you go do the main plot,
All right.
which is fine because there's things that need to happen for the main plot to happen anyway.
So, we all have our stuff to do.
Yep.
Can we go do that?
Hear me
You
out. We
guys-
split the party. We all take a different task.
I say we never speak to each other ever again.
Renaya goes and keeps working on her fan art of Cat Made Cather.
Cather. Renai kills
It's
back
going
from
good.
it.
It's
That's
is
going good,
question
guys.
is the name of the drawing Cather?
Cather made.
No, just
Wait.
Cather, like CATHYR, but there's like a split because it's a cat made Cather. Guys,
Yeah, like
it's simple
K-A-T.
wordplay.
It's just
Yeah.
Ugh.
Or
It's
cat
just
made
cat
with a
made.
K. Cat made with a K. Best of both worlds.
Your
Somebody's
mic decided to screw you.
It's just
Me?
cat-made Cather.
Oh. Let's
So
go.
you
I
guys
actually like
begin
that better.
getting the moon lily soaking in the blood of the blue dragon.
Soaking in the
In the
blood,
blood
of
of
dragons.
Right.
And then after that, the only person that I know is doing something is Abinthy, who's researching Marcus Steele.
I mean,
Yes.
I'll spend some time with Mary. We'll just kind of hang out. I'm going to teach her how to play chess first of all.
Level her up to
Edward,
a
make
7th
some
level
tea.
rogue.
I'm gonna,
Can Edward join on the T?
oh,
Yeah,
you mean on
Or the chess, I mean? Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'll
Yeah.
teach.
You
I'll
guys
first
have
teach
a
her how to
good
play
hangout
chess. I'll also help improve some of to whatever degree I can. I don't know how successful. I will attempt to help her improve her stealth and tracking skills, but then also I will do just a little bit of fun training with her to help her sword play as well.
Yeah. You get down on your knees and you just kind of like use your hands and let her kind of like punch at your hands and
Let her stab through your hands.
You can take it.
You can totally take it.
Absolutely. See, this is important right here. This is how good adoptions happen here. Okay, proud of the boys.
This is how we
Daggers?
get our own private assassin from a trained child.
I mean, that's
Edward
not
is
what I meant.
shoutcasting.
I was just trying to encourage people to adopt kids because that's extremely important. But
Where else are you going to get your private army?
Edward is debuffing Cather while they fight.
that's right. That's right. Exactly. Abinthy,
Yes.
you're doing some research on Marcus Steele.
Yeah. I want to do. I would like to research Marcus Steele, and then I have a question regarding the mana pool that I'm wondering about.
Okay, perfect. How do you research Marcus Steele?
Well, first, I'm just gonna legend lore. Can I legend lore? I'm going to legend lore burnt red tiefling Marcus Steele aboard the Mist Runner. Just because I can describe a person, place, or object with something. So that's what I'm describing.
I'm sorry. I have to take a moment to appreciate the cat-made Cather.
Oof.
I love
No way
the
it's
fact that his
done.
nose is half of his face and he's got like the pouty lips. It's a vibe. I'm enjoying the style.
New character art. Switch it out.
Yeah, put that as the icon for Cather.
Oh my
on stream.
gosh, it's perfect. It's perfect.
That's amazing. Go check it
I
out.
love him.
This is the reason to be in our Discord right here.
Absolutely.
If you,
Somebody is
It's beautiful.
absolutely making this their phone background.
I
It's
should
me.
make it my phone background. Anyway, back to the game.
That's so funny.
It's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours now. Someone says.
You cast Legend Lore
Hi, eyes.
on Marcus Steele.
Yes.
One of the things that you know is that Legend Lore and the Identify spell access an arcane pool of knowledge that's constantly being added to. It's kind of like an arcane library almost.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that you do know is possible is that this library can be tampered with.
Yeah.
It can be changed. You go through and Legend Lore Marcus Steele, and it is completely blank. There's absolutely no information on this man, to the point like there should be like a basic description, like there should be like basic info about him, but everything has been wiped about this man.
It's been wiped clean. Government access. Damn it.
You do also know that it would take an extremely powerful mage to remove this type of information.
I mean, I know a few people who they do good work, but this is good work. Looks like I'll have to write a new entry myself.
Guy
That's
Asmodeus
fine.
Watts.
Do I know of any like extraplanar docks that are frequented by like this type of ship?
Most of the time it is in Sigil is where these guys would do
Oh,
most of
God
their dock.
Not that place again.
Maybe they're over it. Maybe they've solved that whole debacle.
But at the same time, they technically they do a lot of trading with Gith as well. So there's kind of like floating cities that they can kind of dock with as well. And every once in a while, they will send ships through the floating planar portals that are in the astral plane to pawn off their stuff. And so really, technically, there's the possibility that you could run into an astral hunting ship anywhere.
Yeah.
And you could kind of, as long as you can get to the astral plane, eventually you'd find one. But if you're looking specifically for one, the best place to go to would probably be Sigil.
So it says with plane shift, I can specify a target destination in general terms, such as like the City of Brass on the elemental plane of fire, or the Palace of Dispater on the second level in Nine Hells. Is it possible for me to name the Mist Runner in the ethereal plane or whatever, or the astral plane, and then plane shift to the boat, which is probably not a very good way to be like, "Hi, I'm here for one of your crew members." But as a last case resort,
Yeah, no. Here's what I would say. Most of the time, the places that it references and stuff like that, they're permanent locations.
yeah,
Versus the Mist Runner, which is constantly moving. So I wouldn't say that it's impossible, but you would have to roll a pretty high Arcana check to kind of make it. Otherwise, I'd say you kind of like, it's like moving and you like teleport this way and then you miss it and you're just floating through the astral.
yeah, that happens sometimes. I just keep missing it every single time, so I'm just shooting past the boat. And they're like, "What is happening?" Okay, well that's good. The only other thing that I have to do is, would I be able to use the mana pool to accelerate the rate of time and decrease how much time is needed for the clone spell to be fully active?
Absolutely.
Sick.
Absolutely. Go ahead, make an Arcana check for me. This is to kind of see where you're at with the buildup of the mana pool.
Come on, dice rolls.
You got this, Aaron. Don't blow
Which
it.
die should I use?
The one that's better.
You should
The-
use one of your new Regal roller dice.
Should I use the
Yeah,
one
use
that
a Regal
I've
roller
only
dice.
used once in our limited edition Patreon content, or
Yes.
the one that I've been using?
The one that you used once. That was a
Used
good one.
once. Yeah, has had less time to get corrupted by your rolls.
It's true. Here it is. It's hard to see on my camera.
Ooh.
Don't
It's blue.
blow this. Don't
Like the
pull a
dragon
Grant.
blood that we're gonna soak. Hey.
You
Like
got it.
pull
Aaron.
a DJ. I would like to pull
I
a
won't
DJ.
say anything.
Aaron, specifically, what I would like you to do is I just want you to roll a d20, not actually an Arcana check.
That's much sadder for me.
I'm sorry.
I should have rolled faster. Okay. 16. That's above average.
So, Aaron, you have the equivalent mana of an 8th level spell built up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, clone is an 8th level spell.
Okay. All right. Okay. Knowing that, I would say, how long is it supposed to take?
Well, it's an hour to cast, but it takes 120 days for it to grow to full size. So 4 months.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say we'll do it like a Half-Life type situation.
Okay.
So using your first 8 hours, or using an 8th level spell slot of the mana pool would cut the time in half, and then cutting time in half again and again and again until eventually you ran out. So you'd have to build up your mana pool again to cut it down in half. But right now you could get it down to 60 days, so 2 months. And then if you built up the mana pool, you could cut it down again and it'd be 30 days, and then 15 days, and then 7 days, and so on.
Yeah,
So
that sounds
kinda like a
good to
Half-Life
me.
type situation.
I'll do that. I'll use my mana. I really need to upgrade this mana pool some more. I'll work on that for the rest of my 24 hours of just plugging away at the mana pool, trying to increase its
Just
production
grinding
rate.
that mana.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You go about your research. You expedite the process with your clone. Cather and Edward, you guys continue to play with Mary. Work on building
Yes.
up her knowledge of chess. She's actually like wicked smart.
Oh yeah.
So she
Edward's
picks it up
afraid to
really
play
quickly.
against
Yeah.
her. Edward
Yeah.
has just been coaching. He doesn't dare get behind the other side of the board while
Yeah.
Mary's playing.
Fair enough. I keep hearing a beep. I think my
Me
Discord
too.
keeps
It's
going off.
Discord.
I kept thinking it was me. I was really annoyed. I was like, why is this doing this? This never does this.
How can I turn off the beeps?
It's
Anyway,
okay.
I'll figure that out later. Oh,
gosh.
perfect. Lydia's back. Lydia! Lydia!
Hello.
Hey, wow.
The face you just made of like pure fear. I don't know if that was it. It was just surprise.
Over the
awesome.
next 24 hours, what would you like to do, Renaya?
Party?
I don't have
purple.
anything.
Nothing? Okay. You guys hang out for your 24 hours or so. The following day, you guys... Yes, Abinthy.
I'd like to fill for time, DM.
Okay.
Once it approaches deeper into the evening, since we said that it was relatively close, I will join Cather and Edward and Mary, as most likely things are winding down.
Okay.
I will walk up and I will say, so how's the training coming along? I hear a lot of Discord notifications.
Mary's shown great progress already. Honestly, it's amazing.
Cather points to a little target, a makeshift target that he's made and hung up on the wall, and you see several knives that are very close to, if not in the bullseye.
Well done. Well done.
It wasn't us, you know that.
I will warn you, Mary. If you ever try to strike me down, know that you will fail, and I will not hold back. But I appreciate the gumption.
I'll kill you someday.
And
She says that to everybody. It's fine. I think Track was the one that gave her that tendency. He would also
Yes.
threaten people with death, but it was endearing.
I heard Tarak was a bit of a storyteller.
Oh yeah, he loved his stories.
No,
He was good at telling them too.
He was just
You
the
hated
worst.
them. I loved his stories.
I'm joking, Edward.
You just don't have. Oh,
It's a beautiful night out. Did he ever tell you the story of... Well, it doesn't really have a name, but it's a story of the drow.
wait, stop right there. If you have a story to tell, then we have to do this properly, right? We need a fire. We need drinks. We need everybody sitting around listening. This is no way to do it.
I mean, sounds good to me. It's been a
All
while
right,
since I've
let's
told
get
you
things set up. Drew, I mean, how did I do that again?
Yes, manservant
Cather?
Drew.
No. Cather, you have a fire pit, right?
I mean,
Like-
we do. It's in the courtyard.
Oh shoot, we're here. We're at the keep.
Yep.
Great. Let's meet at the fire pit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we get it set up. I'd like to think Lydia's BRB. I'd like to think we are all sitting around a fire. We have drinks, maybe cider, right?
Some
Cider's a
tea,
good choice.
Yeah.
Some,
To
maybe
catch
some
you up,
hot
Lydia.
chocolates.
We have set up the campfire and we all have hot chocolate. We all have some cider. There's a fire going on. The stars are bright. Mary's sitting there, probably stabbing a doll or something. And we're all about to listen to a story.
It's story time, apparently.
It's story time. Thumbs up.
Abinthy will
Perfect.
take his spot across from the fire. And as he is going to narrate this story, he is going to be casting control flames to make images appear in the fire that matches the words that he's saying.
Can Edward ad-lib some music to
Absolutely.
go with the tone of the story?
You absolutely can.
Yes.
So I set up with my bard at my right hand. And I say, all right, well, this is a story that's near and dear to my heart. As I said, it doesn't have a name, but I like to refer to it as a tapestry of stars. Long, long ago, before the rules were put in place, before people knew how to die, there were tailors. Tailors have always been. Some say that they walked with, at the creation of everything. Some say that it was a tailor who handed the god their right to the world. Probably just conjecture. This was long before the elves had split. Of course, they were of many different types still, but this is long before the wars between the drow and the moon elves. There came a time when a tailor was traveling their route. From place to place, town to town, they stumbled across one of the cities deep underground, a city of drow. While they were in that city, that town, they fell in love. A terrible, dangerous thing to do. One day, as a day always comes for tailors, it was time for them to leave. And the heart was broken, and they asked the drow to follow alongside. But they responded to the tailor, "No, I cannot go above ground. The sun, the light, it burns me, it blinds me, it hurts me." Now at this point in time, the sun was all there was. There was no night and day. There was simply light, everywhere, all the time. The sun did not rise, it did not fall. It was much too early for that. And the tailor, well, took it personally. As I said, love is a dangerous thing. It makes people do questionable decisions. The tailor took it upon himself. He traveled up above, and for day and night he wove and spun and threaded a tapestry. Dark velvet. Miles upon miles it stretched until one day it was large enough that it could cover the whole world. He himself, he threw it into the heavens, and the world was plunged into endless night and darkness. He returned to his lover, the drow below the ground, and once again asked them, "Please, would you travel with me, travel this world?" And the drow agreed. Now that the above was no longer bright, they were welcome to do as they wish. In their travels, though, the tailor was scorned, the drow worse so, for they had taken away the light, something that people loved, although the people below found it troublesome. The tailor didn't waver, for love is a terrible thing. But his drow felt pain for the people he saw, for the people who were hurt by their love. And so one night, as it always was at that point in time, he asked the tailor, he begged and he pleaded, "Please, bring them back light. Perhaps it means that we can only be together half of the time, but half of the time is more than enough for me." Begrudgingly, the tailor agreed, and he brought out his shears, and he shorn this great velvet tapestry around the world in half. In doing so, well, he was a bit of a clumsy tailor. He slipped. He cut a massive hole in the sky itself. As he did, needles fell and dropped across the tapestry, sparking holes all throughout it. And so, the sky came to be as it is, we see it now. The moon, one large hole in the sky, and pinpricks of stars to dot the rest.
Wow.
No one knows what became of them, but their love was written in the sky.
That story, it was beautiful. It was so much like the ones that Track used to tell too. I mean, he'd talk of tailors and things that don't quite make sense, but it all sounds quite nice.
Ever heard the tale of the tailor and the needle of bone?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a shame. It's my good one. One of these days I'll have to bring it up. I used to tell it to Olven all the time. I mean, my friend. All the time.
Orvin.
What? I'm sorry, it's getting rather late. I really should get going to bed. It's been a long
There's a
day.
lot of Orvins, though, you know?
Yes. There is.
You guys make your way to bed, and we'll expedite this process a little bit. The next day, you go about your business before eventually you get to the end of your 24 hours, and the flour has soaked through, and it's taken on a almost like a neon blue glow to it, with every once in a while a little spark. At this point, you now need to allow the leaves to dry out, or not the leaves, but the petals to dry out, so you can use them to make tea. If you have
Edward
an
will-
arcane way of making that faster, you're welcome.
I mean, Edward would be a little bit against any magical means because it's an art. See, it's an art.
Look, I'll follow
He knows how to do
Edward's
it,
lead.
right? You know, you lay him out the right way and what. I don't know a lot about the tea making process, but Edward would prefer to do it all the the natural way.
Organically.
The traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No
So I think
GMOs.
Yeah,
I think he'll put his heart and soul into this thing.
perfect. We're just gonna expedite the process then. You guys wait however long it takes for those leaves to dry out, for those petals to dry out. I'll say it takes about another day or so, doing it in this format. So Drew, mark off 2 more days on your list.
And the end of the world happens.
We're now up to. I think we're up to 6 now.
6 days?
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's been a week. Edward,
Oh, hello.
you gather the petals and you find that they're ready to be made into a tea if you'd like.
The petals. They're ready. He looks with a crazy look in his eye.
Work your magic. I trust you.
I need hot water.
I'm on it.
Yeah, they do.
Blaze!
Yeah. Prepare me a. What would they have mugs? I don't think that's what they'd call them, right?
A stein.
A stein. Prepare me a stein. What is a stein? Prepare me a kettle. That's better.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys brew the tea, and now
It's called steeping.
Excuse me.
We steep the
Excuse me.
Anyway,
you steep the tea before, I'm assuming, Abinthy, you cast Plane Shift.
Yeah. Once the tea is done, I will say, all right, now everyone gather round to the plains of Illiver, and then I'll plane shift.
Behold!
You
I'm not
cast Plane
drinking
Shift,
that.
arriving at the edge of the plains of Illiver, and much as promised, you see in the distance. First of all, immediately you're hit with the howling winds and buffeted
again.
by little bits of sand and gravel. It's not a fun time. It's pitch black out. Things are hard to see. You guys have been here before. It sucks just as much as the first time. But in the distance, you can see a shimmering silver mound of scales and flesh curled in on itself, hunkering down.
Grandmother.
You holler this into the wind, carrying it to her, and her massive serpentine neck curls around before she notices you, and then you watch as she transforms into her elderly self, and she slowly begins making her way over to you guys.
we should probably. Yeah, I agree.
I start, since I know that he's got the tea and I can run freely, I start slow-mo Baywatch running.
Meanwhile, Renaya and Catherine are like
I
running
just-
past
we
him,
just-
like, what is he doing?
Renaya's just walking.
Yeah, we're just walking normal.
Eventually, you meet in the middle. I'm so happy to see you all again. And she goes through and slaps each of your guys' cheeks
Right. Okay.
once again.
Ow, that's bruised. Ah,
Did you bring me something?
yes. It's time, Edward.
We brought the tea. Behold. And he brings out just a very.
Wait! Renaya huddles with all of them.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm just going to say right now, if she turns out to stab us in the back, I am going to be the first one to be stabbing her back. That it?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
And for me, it would be a privilege for her to stab me in the back.
It's got everything it needs. We took very good care in preparing this.
He's
Savor
an
it.
expert.
Savor it. Taste it. It's about taste. You can smell too. Waft, perhaps, if you'd like, before. Yes, just
Also,
like that.
I'll cast a barrier so that way the wind isn't hitting us all the time.
The wind
Yes,
just
that's
sprays
part-
it
Yeah,
immediately.
just
Yeah, right.
so the tea is gone.
It's hard to get a whiff
Is
of
the smell.
She has
It
to like
made
pour
me
it this way so it
nauseous.
like shoots horizontally into her mouth.
The smell did make me nauseous, but it's a part of the. It's part of what you gotta do.
Do you have
There's
to drink
no way
all of
around
it? It would be nice to. What if it does taste good though? What if it's just a smell thing?
We can make more.
Well, that's what I hope.
Really hope we're not unlocking the BBEG.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if this? How genius would I be?
DM's
This is how you
big
unlock
brain plot twist right here.
I
They've
am
been
breaking
one step
my.
ahead the whole time.
I am breaking one of my biggest rules when it comes to RPG, which is to never trust old people.
Okay, but listen, it's grandma.
I know. I know better than anyone.
Exactly.
Well, bottoms up.
Oh,
It makes like a Legend of Zelda noise.
that sound.
Sorry,
Savor it.
podcast
Savor
listener.
it.
She just drinks the whole thing. She just downs it.
2 days of work.
You guys watch as the glowing symbol on the side of her arm.
Flower gleaming
glows.
glow. Let your flower shine.
Stop.
Make the clock reverse, bring back what once was mine.
Everyone's mine. Yeah, thank you.
It glows beneath her robes before it slowly fades away. That's gross.
No, that's
Thought it might
disappointing.
be. No,
I don't-
it's honestly to be expected.
I don't even
It's
like
okay.
tea, but I was hoping to
How
find
was the
something
texture?
wonderful.
I
Edward
take
takes it,
the
yeah.
cup from Gary.
Okay.
Good mouth
How's the
feel?
texture though? Good texture. I can't.
Is this cannibalism?
No.
It was a little,
Vampirism.
a little it was pretty watery.
Oh.
Yes, but how do you feel? Something
I feel
happened.
about the same.
Should we discuss it not
didn't
on
work.
We should maybe
Reclaim
leave
Pandemonium?
Pandemonium. Let's not be here anymore.
That's a good idea.
Sounds wonderful.
Excellent idea.
All right. Take my hands once more.
And take his hand.
The way TJ did that.
It's your little T-Rex arms, you know?
Oh, and I do need to. This is going to be really awkward, guys. Hold on. I need to roll a d20.
Let your
Don't worry, guys. We're
Flowers
sick. I rolled the
shine.
minimum number necessary for me to succeed on this plane check.
you
guys,
clock
Teleport out of the plane of Pandemonium. I'm assuming back to Gambit's Keep.
Yes, Gambit's Keep.
back to the keep.
To our home base where she can kill us where we live.
That's right. That's
right.
right. On
That
your
way-
home plane, so you don't spawn back in again.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually so that we get the dungeon benefits, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys teleport back to the keep. Look around for just a second, and you find that grandmother is with you.
Oh, jeez. Congratulations, you're out of that terrible place.
Welcome to the material plane.
yeah.
All thanks to my tea.
loud.
Oh, yes.
sorry.
Shield your eyes, grandmother.
It's so bright.
Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfy, huh?
She
Just wait
proceeds
till you
to
try sleeping on a bed.
slowly adjust to the lack of winds, the bright lights. Where am I?
The material
this is-
plane.
Yes, this is the
Mi
material
casa
plane.
es tu casa.
This is where we live. This is Gambit's Keep, is what we call it. On Nicomuris.
On Oclaron of Nicomuris.
Yes.
On Oclaron of Talira of Nico.
Of Talira of See, I knew that there was a
we're-
step that I
So
was
we're
missing.
in Oclaron, on the continents of Talira, within the planets of Nicomuris, within the
was
plane
once-
of the material,
This was once
Yes,
Katin
exactly.
as well.
floating
It's
around
worth mentioning.
as a celestial body within the astral sea.
We are somewhere you don't know.
Are we near
Do-do-do.
Oh.
Colimosis?
Yeah, Xylan's right over there.
He's not.
She begins kind
Around.
of shuffling her way. She turns to you, Edward. I was his replacement. I know he's not around. And she begins shuffling
Or
back over
no.
to the
Yeah, I
cliffside
remember
to
this,
look out
Edward.
over the
We
keep.
already knew this.
Yes, Edward, we knew
That's
this
why we
information.
wanted to free her.
This is why we got her in the first place.
Remember,
That's a big
Rykorum, the
deal.
current king of the dragons, banished her because she was his
Yes,
competition.
this is why we were trying to get her out. So we, 'cause
I'm
we
so
don't like-
honored to
we
meet
don't-
you.
And Rykorum's son was the one
Edward,
that blew up
Edward,
the
you've already
library.
met her.
Was looking for
Oh
and was
my
trying to get the
gosh,
list
you're
of
the
major.
new
You guys
dragon
don't like
king.
Rykorum
Edward.
because his son's is a little bee.
I gotta write this down.
Edward.
Guys, I can check off a thing off my list. Free to vote.
Please tell me, are you going to take over his old throne?
The people have to know.
Rykorum is the king.
Currently, yes.
Much as I dislike that fact. But now that I have returned, I will speak with my kin. See if there are possibilities for removing him.
Are you gonna like want some help with that, or like, nah?
Catherine,
We don't-
Catherine, look at our
don't
list.
add- don't
Catherine,
I
add
know,
look at our
and that's
list.
why. That's
We
why
have
I'm
so much-
asking. I don't like if she doesn't need her.
We could
The
just knock it
affairs
out real
of
quick.
dragons
And it sounds
should
like
stay
Cat-
amongst dragons.
Great, that's what I wanted to hear.
Woo, perfect, yay.
It's
Catherine,
like Fight
the way.
Club.
Okay, we gotta work on
I'm
your
sorry.
wording.
Yeah, I
because
know.
It really
I know.
sounded like you were offering
yes,
to help.
yes, I knew. I should have
And, like,
phrased that differently.
I know we're good people, but my gosh.
Yeah, you are.
But we can't solve every problem.
Yeah, yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. That was really poorly said. Yeah.
She goes over and she smacks your face. You're a
Ow.
good boy. Here. And she actually hands you a real piece of candy this time.
What kind of candy?
What a. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
it's like a
It's a Werther's.
yeah. Well, it's a saltwater taffy, but it's like the
Sugar-free.
bad ones, the ones that are like
Oh.
wicked old, so they've gotten hard,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
sugar free too.
Thank you.
and it's sugar free. Exactly. It's like a cough drop flavor. It's a really bad version of cherry.
Are you willing to visit? I do have many things that I would love for you to teach me if you ever have the chance.
Of course.
Also, would you mind contributing some mana to a certain mana pool? By any, I don't know if that's anything that you have the kid. Could you you can just take a look, maybe help me out a bit, just before you go, if you're going.
All right.
We have guest rooms if
She
you
begins-
want.
Well, I would imagine that my keep is probably occupied at this point. Dragons have a tendency to do that.
Wait, is like Rykorum in that keep?
No, but I was gone, and so probably some young upstarts took my hoard.
Kids these days.
Right.
They're all
No
just
respect for their
Absolutely.
elders.
Generation.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. So if you have space for me, at the same time,
We
I
have
also
so
can
much
vote.
space for you.
Excellent. You are
Maybe
good
not in your
deal.
dragon form.
Yeah, but like preferably still in this
Don't
form.
have that
Outside,
much space.
if you want to stretch your wings.
Yes. And Terra Calamosa's keep is just over there. He probably has dragon-sized spaces, although there was other things on that island as well.
Karakal and Moses Keep is dangerous for all who come to it. I
say
prefer
that
to
again.
stay away.
I think you're like my mom. You guys can
point.
shoot the breeze.
Oh, I bet Mary will love you.
You like wine?
I've never cared much for wine.
Oh.
Well, then
Never
never
mind. You and
mind.
Niefendil won't get along.
You and Niefendil have nothing in common.
Isn't
then.
Niefendil sober now?
She's been off the wine. Yeah. Well,
She just drinks grape juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
she likes Hallmark movies, if you're into that.
Oh, what grandma doesn't like Hallmark?
What's a movie?
What's Hallmark?
Your mana pools. I would like to see them.
Yes, by all means, please do. Also, ignore the body I'm growing. I
What is
will lead
happening?
her down to the mana pool.
Okay. She follows you down. One thing you do notice as she follows you down, and all of you kind of have begun to notice this over the course of just talking to her, she seems less,
Crazy.
yeah, like
she's
slowly,
Absolutely unhinged.
She's gaining her wits again.
yeah, she's kind of like figuring things out. She's making more sense about things. She's less kind of like, oh, I'm just saying things because I didn't actually understand what you said, but I want to respond to you type thing. And it's more like, no, like I actually know things and I have
Yeah.
information and I can go places. And
She
stuff
has her
like
hearing
that.
aids in.
Yeah, exactly. And she's seeming not younger, but less stiff. A little more mobile, a little healthier.
Not
stuff like
younger,
that.
just less old.
Yeah.
She's actually a dragon with 15 levels in monk.
Exactly.
Just Yoda energy.
Yeah.
So these mana pools, how long have you been working on them?
Couple months.
I would imagine you have a decent supply then.
Well, I kind of used it all last night.
Oh,
So, you know how hard it is to come across valuable jewels, and I can't remember the name of the stuff that I need. What is it? The fancy thing that you mine?
Audronite?
Audronite, that's it. You know how hard it is to come across good Audronite?
Audronite is a rarer mineral. I can't give you mana. That's just really difficult, and
Yeah.
honestly,
terrible
I
exchange
don't want to
rates.
go through the process. But and she pulls out that bag that she gave you guys candy out of
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
Starts digging around in it and pulls out a couple of these massive, beautiful diamonds and 2 pieces of audronite.
What?
Like perfect triple refined audronite.
I am so down to be the sugar baby of this graphic.
Baby.
Thank
Sugar
you
baby.
for helping me. I would like you to take these. I believe they should work. They're rather pure, and so they should allow for the storage.
Oh, grandmother, I could never, I say while I'm taking them. But thank you.
I insist. I insist.
Well, if you insist.
How? Is that you?
Yes. Yes, it is. Perhaps one day it will be, although I pray that day never comes.
Humans are so interesting.
Yes, and we die so easily.
You are rather squishy.
Yes. But quickly now. I feel as though other people's impatience has run me over.
Some
Probably
weird
return to the group.
energy between Grandma and Abinthy, okay?
Bro,
I think
Come on, Abinthy, have that
there's
relationship
some
of like no secrets.
Weird, there's some weird energy.
I will ask you guys as my players, is there anything else you'd like to do before we end this session?
I'm good.
got
Go
nothing.
to the Valley of Kings.
No, Drew.
Win the game.
I'd like to win D&D.
Hey,
I second that
we
notion.
have another 30 minutes in tonight's stream.
Drew.
He doesn't have anything planned, Drew.
Drew.
I'm okay with this. I'm very tired.
I'm okay with
So
this. too.
as we go and we grab hands with Cather to teleport to the Valley of Kings. We're done.
Excellent.
all together now.
That's good enough.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. You guys begin to get ready for your journey to the Valley of Kings to meet up with Leshka and face whatever is going on out there. Is there anything that you need to do to prep for that? Just so canonically.
Change my pants, shower,
You already
somehow-
did that. It's been like 3 days.
Somehow
Look.
expedite the process of getting a sick new sword.
Those little car sensies go a long way.
That's right. Sweet.
Pockets
Well,
on a walk.
if there's okay,
Gotta
Pocket
walk
really
it
enjoys that.
with my pockets. Gotta walk it with my pockets.
Oh my goodness.
I
Pockets
gotta
are
walk
red.
it, gotta
walk it with my pocket.
Pockets
I'm
and
gonna
Mary
walk it, gonna
would
walk it with
have
my
a
pockets,
blast
Oh.
hanging out.
Whoa.
Hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and end tonight's session.
That was the funniest. That was the funniest like bookend of any episode, I think.
Before we go off the deep end and all go a little crazy, thank you guys so much for watching. We are so happy that we could play for you guys. Sorry if the energy was a little off tonight. I had a really good time, but let us know if you like this style or if you like the way more serious style. We're just kind of curious what you guys prefer. Anchored says it was a good episode, so does Hands. So
I think it was a great episode.
vibe. But
very
we are so
good
happy that you guys
episode.
were able to hang out with us. Come back on Thursday to hang out with Aaron as we get to talk about this
Yes.
episode.
And I will be there. Although I haven't been the past 2 weeks, but this week as far as I know, there's nothing that will go wrong that will cause me to not be there. It'll probably be at 2:30.
Perfect. 2:30 Central Standard Time. Definitely be there. Check it out. Also be on the lookout for our Patreon content if you are a patroneer. And if you're not a patroneer, go sign up. We got some Scare Bears content coming up. I'm not going to explain any of that. Just go check it out. And we already have our stuff recorded for next month. So that's on the way. I don't think we have anything else that we need to talk about, right?
I think I'm clear.
Excellent. Well then, good luck and Godspeed, Dungeoneers. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a
Hi
great
everybody.
week. So long.